Hello everyone, welcome back for another Magic Arena stream with me, George.
And me, Sam.
We weren't able to make it last Wednesday as planned. We stream out of a shop called Weekend Warlords, as you can probably tell, and they do a lot of other things other than just Magic.
So if any of you were there for it, apparently it was an X-Wing stream last Wednesday. Wednesday being their usual tournament day for X-Wing, which we didn't know about until then, so yeah.
Yep, exactly. So we're going to try and do regular streams. For the moment, it's going to be Mondays only. We're going to stick with Magic Arena for the time being. Sam and I are going to do a Rivals of Ixalan draft. Not a format we've played in some time now.
A couple of months now, yeah. Since Dominaria came out, basically.
Yeah, so that's some time ago. So anyway, hi Tom. Nice to see you joining us tonight. So it's 7:30. Let's get started drafting some Magic Arena. So we are going to start with a quick draft. If we've got a little bit of time, Sam and I have been tinkering with some Momir, haven't we?
Format is very interesting.
Especially when it's limited to standard.
Very different from normal Magic, yeah.
So we're going to try and maybe do a little bit of that if we can. So let's get started then, shall we? What kind of archetype are you thinking?
I don't know. So let's see, Rivals. So obviously the tribes are still very good, but I'd be more leaning towards just making sure we get some good removal early and then sort of backfilling on tribe after that.
Well, I did, having watched a number
How does this work in terms of, I know that we're not, so normally in a normal MTG draft, either on live or on Modo, you'd be sat with 8 other people around a table or 8 other people around their separate computers.
Yep.
And they'd all be drafted individually. This, as I understand it, you're drafting against a computer-generated draft bot for the other draft seats. So how does that affect what you tend to see, what goes around, all that sort of thing?
So when
as compared to a normal draft, would you say?
Yeah, so bear in mind this is a beta, so they're still tinkering with things. When they first did the draft bot, it was quite easy to predict what would wheel and what would not, based on how hard you pushed yourself into a colour. You could predict certain things that the bots would pick up as higher priority.
Right.
Now they've fixed it, it's a lot better. Hello Cedric, hello Hannah, nice to see you both tuning in tonight. So now they're a lot more intuitive and they do flex.
And it actually works as a simulation a bit more.
It does. So it's a lot harder to wheel things. So especially kind of things like lands, dual lands, would always wheel because no one will pick up lands to the very end.
Okay.
So if you had a pack with
so you can sort your mana base out late.
Exactly, which
but
you can't
that's
necessarily
not true
do
anymore. Okay. Well, let's give it a go.
But I think having watched people like LSV draft this set, the early colourless cards like the Pirate's Cutlass, things like that, were drafted really highly.
Sure. So another interesting thing, I noticed there's no timer, so we get to take as long as we want.
We do get to choose as long as we want, but we don't only click on the card once you
I'm sure.
Want it.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Well, let's look at the things that we're ruling out to start with. So I don't want any of these. I don't want a negate. I don't want this because it's gold. It is quite good, but it is a gold card, and I don't want to take a gold card. Pick one. This is pretty decent.
I quite like Curious Obsession in these decks.
But this is also pretty decent.
What's the arterial flow up top?
That is the Mind Rot. Yeah.
That's real bad. So and our other.
So the best cards in this pack are definitely Moment of Craving, Squire's Devotion, and probably the Swaggering Corsair because it's a 3-mana 3/3.
I mean,
slightly better than the Frill Despoter for that reason.
Arguably, on power level alone, the Relentless Raptor and the Siege-Horn Ceratops are the most powerful. But
true, but I'm always wary of that particular attacking clause on a creature, that it has to get into every combat because then it'll run into a 3/4 and be in trouble. And this is, I don't think, powerful enough because I would definitely put dinosaurs as the 3rd most powerful tribe in Ixalan by far.
So I think we're both in agreement. We like Moment of Craving here, don't we? You take the removal spell straight away. Removal spell with upside. Granted, it only can kill little things, but you can almost use it as a combat.
Well, we get to use this to kill little things, which means the better removal we get later on gets to kill big things. So.
Very true. And
then immediately my inkling goes to we want to be vampires. I can find this card to be very good.
Forerunner is very good.
However, if we're sticky on removal, we take a Water Knot here. Another good removal, 3-mana unconditional removal spell basically. Creature gets tapped forever.
So let's go through the pack. The rare wild shape, we're pretty certain we don't want that. That's terrible.
It's not really a thing. Not really a thing you're interested in. No, it's just a hill giant, a 4 mana 3/3.
And the uncommons, we've got the Forerunner and
the Buccaneer, which I'm also not interested in.
It's a good aggressive.
Ish. Only if we end up heavy pirates, though. Yeah, we have to end up heavy pirates.
But then Forerunner, we need to really we really want to be heavy in vampires as well.
Well, so. Do we? I mean, it ensures that you draw a creature for your next draw.
Yeah, true.
And then, which is a sort of worth about, I'd say, half a card, making sure that you're not going to draw a land.
True. What about the Voracious Vampire sticking with the black?
The Voracious Vampire is decent. Menace isn't really the evasion ability that I would look for. Instead, I'd rather have flying on my vampires if I can. And there's a few. I know there's a few of those going around later on. And again, that only really works if we're picking for vampires. Then I'd say this is better than both of these two.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, alright, let's take the Forerunner then. I think that's probably the right choice.
The other option is to, as I say, go here and go for a blue-black control deck, which is somewhat unsupported tribal, but is just generally good. Or pick 2 bodies.
Yeah, I mean, the Jungleborn Pioneer isn't bad, but again, black-green, I like them. I think Forerunner's the most powerful.
And try and swing for vampires, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. So, here...
So on power level, again, it's probably going to be this Rig Hauler. It's a good efficient body, but that puts us into a 3rd colour. Sticking with the colour that we're in, it's going to be one of these two, and I'd lean towards this one because it's a vampire.
I quite like Dust Legion Zealot. It's a free
it replaces itself.
Free 1/1.
And triggers all of your tribal synergy points by being a vampire. So this'll trigger it. If that 4-drop comes back, we can put a counter on it, all that sort of thing. So
I think that's fair. I think we'll take the Dusk Legion Zealot here. I mean, we're still going to be open, but I think this is quite a nice little...
So here we've got a couple of options, actually. So the off-tribal pick here is actually pretty good, just because it's a 3 mana 3/3. The life loss not so relevant on turn 3. This card is LSV's favourite card in the whole format.
I don't like that at all. Why is that LSV's favourite card?
So because it's a tribal set, it's full of small creatures, some of which it's a load of small creatures, some of which have evasive abilities, and this brick walls all of them, and then you make another dinosaur and it kills your opponent.
Slowly, real slowly.
It does do it very slowly. Yes.
I like the Glorifier here, I think.
I'd be tempted to, based on the fact that we already saw one and it's pretty underwhelming if you're not vampires, I'd be tempted to go for another Zealot. This does fill out our curve of 2, 3, 4.
I quite like Zealot. I quite like drawing through the deck. If we could find a Lord eventually, then that becomes very powerful.
I'm always in for consistency, so
sure, why not? Ooh, so here.
So again, if we're staying on tribe, we've got a Voracious Vampire, and if we're not, then we can take a Moment of Triumph. But I quite like taking the Voracious Vampire here. I think we've got better 3-drops.
3-drops. It's not the worst 3-drop. I think we can probably take that. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Why not?
Not much here for us. This card is very good.
We should have taken that Ceratops at the beginning. And we'd have to do LSV's favourite dinosaur.
And we'd have the 4 mana dinosaurs cost 2 less as well. Yeah. So this card's also quite good. But the only one of these that we could actually potentially sideboard in is probably one of these two.
Don't really like either of those cards.
This one could be a sideboarded win condition, because if we end up having a lot of little vampires with lifelink, our opponent's not going to want to attack us, and then we. But it's probably more likely we'll want that to deal with a random bomb out of the sideboard.
It's 3 mana duress though. I think I want the Sailor of Means here.
Just in
case.
It's
off colour, but it's the best card, I think.
Or we could take this in case we end up ditching out a black, but I don't really see that at this point, do you?
I've got nothing powerful. Want to take the Seer and see where things go? I don't think we really want to be playing any of these cards.
We'll take the Sailor.
Alright, sure.
But, we'll take the on-colour 2-drop. Not super jazzed about it, but
yeah, nothing
something.
Here
or we could take this for again potential.
Yeah, I think we take the blue
in case we end up in blue-black.
There's so many one power toughness creatures just created out of nothing.
So are we leaving a Forerunner here and edging towards blue-black, do we think? Or do we want to take LSV's favourite card?
I don't like it. It doesn't fit with anything else we've got going on here. The Deadeye...
The thing about this, though, is that you don't actually need the dinosaur synergy to work, because most of what you want is it as a blocking creature, and then you might end up, if you're in white, with a couple of random dinosaurs, like that Raptor Companion. You might get another one of those later. Just a few random dinosaurs here and there.
Yeah, but we have a couple of okay blue cards, and this is actually quite good.
It's a good tempo play, yeah.
I mean, you only get to bounce something post-combat, but it's still... I'm leaning towards the Deadeye, but if the Pterodon, we don't have any other dinosaur synergies, and I don't think a 5-mana 2/5 is really doing it for me. But, I mean, I can see the argument for either, but I feel like, looking at the moment, we're not really into black-white vampires yet.
Well, we sort of want to be, because if we don't end up there, then these two look pretty mediocre. These three picks.
Zealots are fine.
They get a lot worse if you've not got the synergies with them, though, to give you extra value from them.
Yeah, true, but I don't want to get trapped into black-white mediocre.
I do, because I always ended up drafting black-white in this format and winning a lot with it.
No, so. Alright, we'll take the Pterodon then, and I get to blame you when it all goes wrong.
That sounds like a plan. Well, this is fine because we wouldn't have been playing any of these anyway. I guess we take this because it does say vampire on it. It is begrudgingly playable.
Yeah, sure, why not? There's a very small chance. And we take the cleansing ray. That's quite actually quite. Card. I mean, so bear in mind this is a casual league, so these are only best of ones. Take the Admiral's Order. I get to keep it for my collection, and it's a rare, and it means absolutely nothing. So that you keep the cards that you draft. So we get another Forerunner. That's very relevant.
We've got Martyr, we've got Glorifier,
and
we've got Revenant. So we've got a lot of good vampires that we can return here. I think the more of these you have, the better it gets. Because if you've got two of them in play, you get to get +2/+2. That you get to do a little bit of a Legion Conquistadors thing, where the first one shoots for the second one, and then that can cascade quite nicely. So I'm on for taking this.
I think if we take that, we have to accept we're not getting the Martyr of Dusk back.
But then that means we get one of these 4-drops or this other 2-drop, more than likely. And I'd be quite happy with either of these in our deck here.
Yeah, sure. Forerunner's quite a strong card. Let's take that. Yeah. I think that's brilliant.
And there's a Martyr right there, so it's fine.
Oh, perfect. Just
quickly. This is very good though. A 4-mana 5/5, because being vampires, we'll have a lot of random little men lying around, so we will almost certainly hit.
I feel like we'll pick one of those up randomly anyway. I think the Martyr's better.
Yeah, okay, it is tribal, so yeah, we'll take the Martyr.
It just.
On plan. That's easy pick. We'll take an Impale. Slump-on Sentry also very good, and Moment of Craving also very good. And if we were in black-green, this would be awesome, but we're not. So we're just going to take the unconditional removal spell.
Yeah, this
pretty cleanly.
That's exactly what we need. I'm amazed it's it's come that far round.
And now we'll take the other unconditional removal spell.
Well, not entirely unconditional.
Sure, you have to do a bit of work, but that's still way better than this.
But just looking out. In our synergy, in our colours, yeah, there's absolutely nothing else, is there? We take the removal spell.
And now here, before I take the second one of these, I definitely want to take our first Sanguine Glorifier.
4 mana,
just to make sure we actually get one.
We need to make sure we've got enough creatures.
Can we move cards to sideboard as we go?
You can drag them down to sideboard.
The cards we're definitely not playing in the main deck.
Oh, I think we easily want the second Martyr. Oh,
Pride's quite good, but
Pride is a good win con.
It's pretty close to Overrun in our deck because we're going to have a lot of tokens.
Yeah, right. I quite like Pride actually over Martyr. Martyr is very good.
But we've got 3 2s, 4 2s, 2-mana effects already, so.
Yeah, okay. Let's take the Pride then. We're more likely to pick up some random Martyrs later on. We're not going to pick up
or random 2s in general. Yeah. Take another combat trick.
Yeah, it's not exciting, but by this point,
it's perfectly serviceable.
By pick 7, we're not going to find anything exciting, are we?
I'm hoping we're about to find something exciting in our next pack here. Yeah, there we go.
The Vampire Revenant, yeah, 4 mana.
Or would we rather have another 2?
No, I think we'd rather have the Revenant. It's the synergy. It's.
Hey.
And I told you we'd pick up
our guy. And
later on.
If we're really lucky, yes. Old Snubby back.
And it doesn't really matter what we take here because we're not playing any of this.
Not playing the blue. Take this as a sideboard.
You can drag it straight down into the sideboard if you want.
Sea Legs.
Ooh, Ferocidon. So good it was banned.
Banned in standard, indeed. Where was that other one there? Dark Inquiry and
Canal Monitor is bad.
This card is bonkers. So we're taking this card.
Lightning Strike is very good. We're not in our colours. Ferocidon is actually incredible.
That's quite strong as well, but we're just taking Anointed Deacon because it's ridiculous. We have
Shelter Course is also quite strong.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vampires. I definitely prefer
9 now. Yeah, Deacon's great.
The effect that one of those has on your vampire deck is so massive.
So, Deep Root Champion obviously very strong for the Merfolk deck. Storm Tamer is fine as well.
Thundering Spineback very good for the dinosaur deck as a lord and a source of inevitability once you've done all your ramping. And Pirates very good for the Pirates deck, but we have a 4-mana unconditional removal spell that gains it.
Sky Marcher is very good. It does make it very difficult for your opponent to block.
It does a bit, but it is also a 1-mana 1/1.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I'd rather just take the Pirates here.
Well, there's a chance of wheeling the Sky Marcher as well. It's,
that's very true, actually. Yeah, it's very mediocre in any non-vampire deck.
So, Cedric, the way to look at draft picks is you want to look at bread.
Yep.
Is that what I say?
The acronym is the general acronym is bread, which is bombs. So giant creatures. In this format, I would describe Anointed Deacon as a bomb if you're in vampires, for example, because of the amplifying effect it has on all of you. Shivan Dragon would be another good classic example. The various giant green creatures with trample, those I would mostly describe as bombs.
Yeah, it's anything that you're going to be able to close out the game with.
A creature that will very easily win the game by itself if it's not usually answered with a removal spell.
Which is why I would say Voracious Vampire isn't a bomb in itself as a pack 1 pick 1, because it goes into a very specific deck, and if you don't end up into vampires, then it's really, really poor, actually. So no, I would always prioritise bombs over removal. Then it comes evasion. B-R-E-A.
So E is
evasion. You take flyers.
So R is removal, which again is fairly obvious. You want spells that can get your opponent's creatures off the board.
Yeah.
E I always had as efficiency, so it's just efficient creatures. So an efficient creature is a 2/2 for 2, for example, or a 3/3 for 3.
So apparently there's more than one version of this.
I guess so. Yeah. You heard evasion, which also makes sense because if your creatures with evasion are by their very nature better than creatures without, then
A was for abilities, creatures with good, helpful, useful abilities, things like that. Sky Marcher that can pump your random dorks.
And then D is dregs.
Dregs, we agree on that. The rest of the cards.
Which would be, for example, Imperial Lancer, I would describe as dregs. Because even if you're in dinosaurs, it's a 2/2.
It is.
One,
which
and
is
sometimes
really
it isn't.
So, another Pious Interdiction?
I guess so, yeah. We are getting quite stacked on 4s here, so...
Queen's
But we don't really have any other good options apart from that.
We don't have any Explore synergies.
We have one, because we got this one, but yeah, we'll just take the Pious Interdiction.
I don't like that. What do we get here?
Not a lot. The Seeker, I suppose.
The Queen's Agent synergy.
I suppose, yeah. There's not that much difference between them. So, I'd like to take an Unknown Shores here. Oh wait, no, that's not the one I was thinking of.
That's not the one. I don't like anything here. I think cost plunders on colour, but we're not going to be playing it.
Might be in our sideboard there.
Conquistador.
Yep, Conquistador is an easy pick. Vampire. Yep. Happy with that. So what this is all telling me is that there is definitely somebody else in this AI draft pod that is also trying to draft the vampire deck.
So Storm Tamer and just it goes to the side, but nothing. We're playing nothing here, so
may as well take a card in our colours.
We're not playing it though, and you might as well take the best cards for the collection.
Oh, true.
Like we are actually keeping these cards, so
sure.
I mean, not that I'm suggesting we rare draft. We choose the best card for the deck, but when we're not going to play anything at all, you put that in the deck.
Oops. Definitely don't want to do
Looming Altasaur.
I suppose this might be serviceable.
Yeah, why not? We're just running through these last few picks because nothing here is particularly exciting. So after drafting our final card, anything that exceeds 4 of then goes to the vault.
I see. So that's how that system works.
So yeah, just drag it across into the sideboard
into the collection, sure.
Because now we're building a deck.
41 cards, 40 cards. So yes. Yep.
Now it does automatically add lands for you. You can adjust that ratio if you want. It's normally pretty good.
We might want to, yeah.
In 2 colour decks, it's normally quite accurate.
9/8 seems right. Yeah.
In 3 colour decks or splashing a 3rd colour, it sometimes can be quite awkward, especially if it doesn't take account of things like Evolving Wilds, Traveller's Amulets, sort of mana rocks that might fix your colours. So sometimes
But yeah, based on these stats, it's slightly more white than black, and we don't really have any particular prioritisation that we need one early and one late. So
if we just
that seems quite reasonable.
If we just slow down just for a minute, we can have a look at what we've got. So our curve is currently looking
pretty reasonable.
We were a little bit heavy on 4 mana, especially the 4 mana removal we're looking at. You see Divine Verdict, Impale,
and 2 interdictions. Yeah.
But creature curve not too bad. Heavy on 2s, but that's what we want. We're quite an aggressive deck, is the black-white vampires.
The advantage of being stacked on 4s as well is that the presence of the 2 zealots means that we are more likely than average to make sure we hit our 4th land drop.
Absolutely, and
it means we actually get to use them.
We've hopefully got not any incredible bombs. We've got the very synergistic not voracious vampire, the vampire which one? Deacon.
Forerunner of the Legion. Oh, Deacon. Yeah.
That's it. Anointed Deacon, which will probably finish a lot of games for us.
By making our random 1/1 vampires into 4/1 vampires. Yeah, we haven't quite got the what you really need to push that guy over the top, which is lots of sources of the 1/1 lifelink vampire token. Sadly, we only have the Martyr of Dusk to give us that.
Yes, we were hoping to pick up maybe 1 or 2 more of those.
Either the spells that make 2 or 3 of them, or a couple more martyrs, or what have you. But I'm reasonably happy with how this has turned out. Let's just have a quick look at our sideboard here, see if there's anything we might rather have over one of those 4 mana removal spells, perhaps.
So nothing white. We're not playing blue.
Nope. And then we've got Costly Plunder. If we've got a load of vampires, I sort of don't hate main decking an Arterial Flow.
I think I prefer it over the 6 mana Queen's Agent.
Yeah. Possibly, although the
a 6 mana 3/3
so
the
disadvantage to this kind of deck I found is that because we are slow and super grindy, but a lot of our dudes are fairly small. We can run out, and that is the gap that I would describe that mana's filling. Is that if we sort of play all of our stuff out, trade it off, and then are top decking late, then that guy is a pretty good top deck.
Not really though, because it's a 6 mana 3/3. It's not the big kind of
or 4/4. Because of Explore.
Even with a 4/4, it's not the most exciting. Like, even coming down, we'd rather have a Revenant at 4 mana, any of our removal spells. Dusk Charger is bigger than
we
it.
would rather have
2
Dusk
mana
Charger,
less.
that's true.
I think I quite like Arterial Flow over the Queen's Agent, personally.
Just to keep it in the early, at the stage of the game that...
we just have to go as aggressive as possible.
Keep it at the stage of the game that we want, where it's low to the ground and aggressive, yeah.
So the key thing is we just fill the board with nonsense like these types of creatures and hope to win with the Pride of Conquerors.
Pride them to death, yeah.
Or remove their biggest things, or finish it with the Deacon. So I quite like that. I think that's not...
Yeah, that looks serviceable to me.
...the worst idea. So it is, because it's just a casual league, it's not a competitive league. It is only best of 1, so our sideboard is irrelevant.
Right. But I'm happy to lock that in.
And as we'll see, it is either to 7 wins
or 3 losses. Well, we'll just have to rattle off 7 wins then, won't we?
Absolutely. And you get gems for every single stage. So this is the only way currently to turn gold into gems without buying gems.
And assuming that you win all 7 here, that is at a rate of 5,000 gold into 950 gems.
Now, to buy your entry into this league in gems is 750. So to break even,
you have to get over
6 wins.
So statistically unlikely for based on the number of people that will be yeah. So you are unlikely to make your money back in gems, but it's a great way because gold is very easy to acquire. It's just achieved by generally participating in Arena.
And even if you're only getting 2 to sort of 4 wins, you are converting gold into gems
at a slow rate. Yeah,
absolutely. So that lets you then use the gems either to buy packs or buy your way into competitive drafts where the only way to enter is...
and the prizes are considerably more stacked, presumably.
Yes, that they are. They are much more stacked. So, let's get started on our first game then, shall we?
Sounds good.
Right then. Let's see what we get. So based on the fact our opponent's got their hand of 7 and we haven't, means we're on the draw. So
I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah,
I think so. I think
on the draw that seems perfectly fine. We got 2, 3, 4 in an ideal 1, 2, 3, 4 in an ideal world, assuming we draw lands, and then even if we don't, We can tutor up another 2 or 3 to keep us alive.
We tutor up the Dusk Legion, the Zealot, which then gets the extra draw to find land, I guess.
Yeah. In an ideal world, I'd probably tutor up the other copy of this, but...
and then into one of our big threats, but...
And then we'll see. We'll just see where we end up.
We can keep that. That seems legitimate.
In an ideal world, we'll draw land off the top, and then we'll be off to the races.
And a deck like this is likely to lose by flooding out.
More than by getting screwed, yeah.
So it's probably better to keep a light hand.
Indeed. There we go. Easy peasy.
Perfect. So the one thing you might not know about the way the hands are generated is that when you're playing best of ones, Arena doesn't just give you 7 random cards. It draws 2 hands of 7 random cards, and then it gives to you the best mix of lands and spells that best matches the ratio of your deck.
I see, that's quite good. So it attempts to sort of reduce the drawback of... so I'm not going to attack with that, obviously, because it's 0-3. So it attempts to reduce the drawback of the not getting to play Magic because of poor hands.
Absolutely. So what's this our opponent's played?
Looks like our deck.
You may cast it from your grave if you
gain life this turn.
So 2 mana, 2/2. Other than that, not particularly exciting.
So if he attacks with it, I'm inclined to block it with the 0-3.
I think so.
Just to soak it up.
So we've got lands, so I guess we just chain Forerunners, do we? Because that means next turn we play Forerunner number 2 and Conquistador.
And get to give something +2/+2, absolutely.
There it is.
So our other option is we could get this guy and then put the counter on it from this guy and try and use it to get our beatdown going.
And I think I prefer eventually tutoring up our Anointed Deacon.
That's probably fair, yeah, depending on whether we draw land or not next turn.
We have to we have to choose the Forerunner.
Wish for more wishes.
Absolutely.
No attacks here.
And the 0-3 actually makes it really difficult for them to attack.
For them to actually profitably attack, yeah. Because I would quite happily, soak 2 damage with the 0-3, and then if they've got a combat trick, so be it.
And I mean, at the end of the day, we're already up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 permanents towards the
7 permanents, 8 permanents, 9 permanents, so we're pretty much there already.
And that makes that a 1 mana 3/3, which is obviously incredible.
Yep. Actually, that might incline me to not block in case they do have a combat trick here.
Yeah, I don't think I want to block here.
Actually, we could block this.
That's likely. Yeah, they're likely to trade no matter what happens, so I think, yeah.
And then we don't go down on permanents.
True. Be interesting to see whether or not they still want to use their combat trick.
Yeah.
Ah, sure.
We're happy with that.
We trade half of a Martyr of Dusk for a legitimate removal spell.
For a card that would have beaten our 3/3 once it's a 3/3, so yeah. That's fine by me. Oh yeah, this happens now. We'll put it on the lifelinker. Why not?
Yeah, it's very little difference, but sure. Yeah, I think
that could have led us to some interesting situations if we'd attacked into this combat trick with it. But ooh, that's pretty rude.
Conquistador, Glorifier, the 2 least exciting cards.
I'm not super jazzed about this here, to be honest, because I'd rather have the Glorifier based on what we've seen out of our opponents so far.
Verdict and Conquistador then?
I think so.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
But we are giving away our bomb insurance if we do that, so...
I like Verdict, I want to keep it. Glorify here is not overly exciting, neither is the Conquistador.
Yeah, the Conquistador is definitely one, it was just a question of what the other one was.
And we go Forerunner again, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
We attack first, just in case they do anything with their treasure, we can Verdict, potentially.
We can't get anything that we can cast, can we? So. No, we want to play this now, because we get to pump our lifelink guy up.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Let's see, we'll pop it on this one.
Yeah, perfect. And then we're going to start getting double triggers of Forerunners.
Indeed. And I think we want to plan on... oh no, wait, we can't plan on drawing a land, so we have to take the... So we could take the... because we're not going to be able to play this because this is what we're going to be drawing next turn.
But then we could use the removal spell next turn.
True.
Because invariably our opponent will have something that will block our creatures.
True, but that doesn't
land afterwards.
Then that doesn't get our 3/3.
You didn't. You chose.
Oh, really?
You chose not to find.
Oh no.
So
that's awkward.
That is unfortunate. Yes, you can't click out of the menu, otherwise that's it.
Okay. Sure.
So yes, Cedric, Sam and I have both figured out what decks we're going to play at the GP. Oh well, Sam, have you decided?
No,
actually?
I've not decided yet. No.
I have. I will almost certainly be playing Red Green Eldrazi. It's just easily the deck I have the most experience with and the most success with. I did come 6th at the PPTU on the weekend, which was very appealing. So now we've got a combat trick. We just start jamming. We don't attack with the lifelink here, do we? So what does Moment of Triumph do? Remind us.
So creature get +2/+2 and you gain 2 life. So yeah, I think I'm just going to attack with those 2 here.
Okay.
Actually no, I'm just going to attack with the 1.
Okay.
Because
What are you thinking?
I don't want our opponent to actually be able to trade with either one of these. So.
Seems like quite a safe block for our opponent. It's essentially the same block we made earlier in the game. Now the question is, do they have something they want to...
They may well have one of these in their hand. Ah, okay. I'm going to sacrifice his Martyr of Dusk. That seems reasonable. Get some card advantage. Seems good.
Not the end of the world. We still get 2 life out of the deal, so do you know what? That's fine. And it looks like our opponent's kind of flooding out somewhat. They haven't got anything particularly exciting. And we have the Divine Verdict.
We have a Divine Verdict in case they have some particular unbeatable bomb, yes.
Very true. I like just blocking with the O3 here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the most exciting card if our opponent wants to use a pump spell to kill it. Sure.
I was disinclined to do it earlier because of the likelihood of a combat trick, but yeah, that's irritating. So we're going to be made to discard our Divine Verdict there, yep.
Could have been a lot worse though. They've still not got a particularly exciting board. And
just pass the turn.
Yeah, I think we've got nothing to play there. So what we need now is we need the
Deacon that we should have tutored for.
Yes. That's right. It's your first time at Hands the Controls. First time you've ever played Magic Arena. We sure we don't want to play around. Actually, you are somewhat playing around at block.
I suppose we could just do that, and then even if he does combat triggers, then
we haven't lost anything particularly relevant.
Yeah.
I like that. We knew that was coming, but you know what? They sort of wasted that.
We are going to die here, though.
We are. What we need to do is chain some of the draw vampires together.
Yeah, we're going to have to block here. No, I suppose
we just eat the vampire.
Yeah, I think our opponent may have unintentionally clicked attack all there.
Perfect. That's exactly what we needed to
That
see.
can block the Raptor Companion. That is ideal.
And hopefully draw us into something else relevant as well.
Another 4-mana vampire would be nice. No, yeah. Let's go ahead and pop it on this one.
And the same again. Yeah, not exactly what we wanted to see there.
No.
Are we attacking here or not?
I think we have to, because I think if we just attempt to not race, then it's going to pile up on us. So.
Okay. And the Zealot stops them attacking with the Companion, so yeah, that's fine.
This will now allow me to block if I click this.
Yes,
correct?
that will allow you to. If you have a response, that will allow you to just respond to anything your opponent does.
Okay.
So the pass turn. We just have to take it. Yeah. Well, that was a reasonable draw.
And then I think I like not attacking here now.
I think so too.
We now have this as a win condition, so we don't need to race quite as hard with the Forerunners. We probably need that to block something.
Yeah, our opponent doesn't have any amazing attacks next turn.
So we go block here, take 2.
Yeah, and then we've still got 1 Forerunner to
Draw
pump the Revenant.
1 Forerunner and play for additional vampire triggers.
Yeah, sweet.
In an ideal world, we'd draw the Deacon, obviously. But,
the Deacon would be the absolute nuts here. That means we'd be Vampire Revenant get 2
for 6.
Yeah. Well, we're blocking with the Forerunner, so.
Oh,
true. Yeah, it would be 6.
Because it's 2 from the Deacon and with an additional 1 from this.
Yeah,
opponent's thinking about whether they want to attack with all or not. I mean, he's definitely going to keep attacking with this because there is a chance that he'll draw a life gain effect, which will allow him to recur it. So that's just a free card for him if he manages to get that.
They might very well have one in hand already.
I suspect, yeah.
We block the Tormentor then, take that option off the table.
Yes, we do.
Ugh. We are reaching the point in the game though where we might have to start.
No, we die if we make that attack, so we just have to pass the turn.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. He's got 5 power in play.
We've got the Zealot to block.
We're not winning that race, for certain.
Do you want to trade them both off?
I think so.
Our opponent's not giving us that option. This is very unfortunate. It looks, although on the bright side it does look like our opponent's having the same issue that we are. I mean, they're playing the same deck. Same things are going to happen at this part of the game.
Sure.
We've got no way to stop that.
Yeah, but now he gets to replay that from his graveyard if he attacks. Yeah.
No, we still have to double block,
No.
block, and block, because otherwise we draw a Zealot, we can't play it.
Point. Yeah. But he gets to recast this from his graveyard now, which is super awkward.
Very true. That's it. That's very bad. We get one more turn. But now we can't draw the Zealot either, so...
Indeed. Moment of Craving would be the ideal draw here, but he's probably got another creature of some sort, so yeah, that's pretty much just game. Nope.
That is unfortunate. So we can scoop it up, can't do anything there. We just drew maybe three more lands than they did.
And failed. I accidentally failed to resolve that trigger as well.
You did.
Didn't help. Right, let's go around again.
Well, I'm going to wrest control of the mouse from you then for this next game.
That seems reasonable.
You had your time to shine and
I blew it.
So what have we got? Now hopefully it'll pair it with someone who's got just as bad a deck as we have.
I don't think our deck's bad. I think it's perfectly fine. That hand looks pretty reasonable to me.
It's all quite expensive, but I think
it's got the lands that can cast our spells.
Yeah, okay. It's not the worst.
And we have a deck full of cheap spells to draw.
Very true.
So it begins.
It certainly does. The card we least wanted to see in the whole deck.
Indeed.
Plains number 3. And Swamp number 2 was probably quite close as well.
We all need it at some point, but we didn't necessarily want it right there. No, that's certainly true. So blue-black pirates, yes.
Looks like it. And our opponent is nicely curving out. They're going to find probably a nice 4-drop that they're going to play next turn.
More than likely, yes.
Let's see what they tutor up. Ah, well that's not overly exciting.
So that tells us they probably either don't have another pirate or don't have a 4th land.
So I think we just run out of this.
We have to play that as a thing to block with, yeah. And we are definitely blocking the Forerunner of the Coalition if he offers us that option.
Yes, the reach
that
of it is...
That card will get out of hand if we allow it to remain in play for too long. So
I think you're absolutely right. The Dinosaur Hunter's just a 2-mana 2/2 against us. Well, I suppose the Pterodon...
I mean, I think we have to block here anyway, and then we could potentially impale the Forerunner if we're worried about it. But,
yeah, okay, I think we've
got a Pious Interdiction for something else later, so...
So, develop our board still?
We're on 17, and our opponent has just missed a land drop, so yeah, I think we can afford to take 3 damage in a turn here to get a nice flying clock into play.
True, and then we get to play your favourite dinosaur.
Or possibly impale something and then hold up Moment of Triumph.
I suppose it depends what our opponent plays here.
Like, we could impale that, for example.
Absolutely.
Or actually, no, sorry, we can Pious Interdict that.
Yes. That's the weaker of the two, and I think... So we play the Plains, because that lets us hold up Moment of Triumph, yep. I guess. So Interdiction on the
on the Spirewinder, definitely, yep.
And it gains us 2 life back, which helps us with the whole racing situation.
I suppose we could have seen if our opponent wants to block with the Moment of Triumph, but I like just making sure that we get the
Yeah.
Interdiction off there whilst our opponent's tap low.
I agree. Plus, we have this next turn, holding up moment.
Still with moment of...
yeah, that's going to be good eventually.
We can but hope.
So we still just keep developing the board. Our opponent's still not found a land drop, so I think we just jam.
Yeah, they've performed the traditional keep the 3-lander and don't get there.
Good. I mean,
mitigated somewhat by the sailor.
For all we know, they might have kept a 1-lander and gotten halfway there.
That is very true.
This is just getting better and better for us. That's an instant, so we don't even need to use it.
I just jam with everybody. We're definitely winning the race with a divine verdict to kill that Forerunner with now.
And this is 2 turns in a row where our opponent hasn't played a single spell. Hopefully they're set on a load of double black spells. We get to laugh at them.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Well, we've got answers for that. We have multiple answers for that.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to divine verdict the Forerunner when they attack with it here.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And yeah, that.
Drop it off. Get it out of play so we don't have to worry about it.
And then are we just immediately impaling this thing? We don't want to...
Well, the question is does it have flying?
It does not have flying.
Then is our opponent dead to our moment of triumph and pride of conquerors?
Well, Anointed Deacon is also very good. That pumped the same amount as Triumph.
Here, but it costs 1,000,000 mana more. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7...
8, 9. So they are dead to both of our spells, I believe. No, the pride and the moment will kill them exactly, correct?
But so will this. This provides the same amount of pump as this, but this develops our board just in case they had something for 0 mana.
I don't see what they could have.
But this is surely just a better play.
Given that it is best of 1, yes. Normally I'd not advocate doing that because it doesn't... this is telling our opponent what we have in our deck, but obviously it's best of 1, so that doesn't matter.
That's right. So, but surely we would want to hide the actual instance, the combat
possibly,
tricks.
Yeah. I suppose it's not really a stretch to imagine that the Anointed Deacon might be in a Black-White Vampires deck. That's true.
Keep them guessing on the combat tricks we might have and leave them with sort of just onboard dudes, yeah. So that was pretty good.
Huzzah!
Help our opponent guessing a little bit mana screwed there, but we'll take it. We'll take it wherever we can get it. Yeah, up to 1 win. Already 100 gems in the bank.
Right, I'm gonna try again. Try and redeem myself.
Pass the mouse back to Sam. Let's see if he can
not click off things this time.
Yeah. So did you know that if you don't like your opening hand, you can mulligan, drawing a new opening hand with 1 fewer card?
Interesting. So what is the source of the use of the word mulligan, George?
Mulligan is a gaming term. It's been used in golf for quite a long period of time. I don't actually know the precise source of mulligan.
I believe it is golf, yes, I think you are correct. So this looks pretty reasonable to me. We've got a 3, 2 4s and a removal spell. Again, it's a little heavy on 4s, but we could draw. We've got plenty of cheap spells that we could draw, or we could draw lands, at which point we've got plenty of 4-drops to cast.
True. The only thing we don't want is more 4-drops, but we've got a lot in hand. We can't draw that many more.
This was something that we sort of signed up for with
very true.
With the construction of our deck, so I am pretty content with this.
And there is a lot of power in our 4-drops anyway. We haven't yet.
Well, one of them being this, which gains us some life, is quite helpful. Yeah, that might again be a slight issue of the particularly the lack of. Ooh.
We are on the play.
Oh, we are on the play. In which case, I'm actually more inclined to keep this on the play because our 4s can actually impact in a reasonable time frame on the play.
Very true.
Well, that's a little awkward, but what can you do?
What's that?
The extra land there. We could have possibly drawn with drawing a spell. There it goes.
Yeah, but this is the way our deck's been all day.
True enough.
Well, he gets to pump himself temporarily. Done. Yes, in our deck. Please don't hit. Nah, that's unfortunate. He left it on top though, which is interesting.
Yeah, that isn't really what I'd want to draw right here if I were my opponent. But,
we still get to attack. I think our thing's got menace, does it not?
It does. But we may as well play this first.
Yeah, because the Revenant's not particularly exciting on this board because it gets blocked. We might very well end up interdictioning that lookout so that our Revenant can get through eventually, won't we?
True. I'd be more inclined to wait. Given that it's exactly a 2-3, I'd be more inclined to try and get it through with the combat trick if I can. Because all of our combat tricks get this past that. Because this either gets +1, +1, +2, +2.
You're absolutely right.
I wish I played this now.
Our Vampire still has Menace. We can still attack for 2 through it.
True.
And the Deacon here. Deacon.
Or we can attack for lots.
That's very exciting. That is almost always what we want to draw.
So we're just going to attack with this because this is pointless. Bosh.
Very true.
I'm golem.
And now we're racing them quite nicely,
quite
actually.
comfortably, yeah.
And we get to double spell next turn
Well,
as well.
yeah, actually, because if they try and make a single creature to block this with in addition to this, then we just slap the interdiction on this and keep on trucking.
And we get to double spell and turn on the City's Blessing next turn.
Oh, yeah, you're right, we do. Ooh, that's annoying. Just like those will always be able to block and trade with this. So.
But our Dust Charger will be a 5/5 this turn, so...
True enough, yeah.
Ooh, now Forerunner.
What can we could tutor for a Zealot and make this big enough to not be chumped by just these, which would mean he'd either have to...
No, because he still throws... He puts the...
Yeah, so but he'd have to put this and one of these, so we get to kill this, and that unlocks the rest of our ground guys. Plus we've still got this coming in as a 5/5.
I like just developing our board somewhat
this
more.
does it as well, because then all the subsequent vampires we drop pump something else up.
Yeah, that's true. So Forerunner plus the Sentry
Plus
here.
we haven't played a land, right? So we get to play this.
We don't get to tutor for a land, though.
Oh yeah, true, because it goes on top. That's a fair
So make
point.
sure you do this right.
Yes. So that being the case then, do we want this, or do we want another one of these for next turn?
I think we chain Forerunners here. I think that's the most exciting thing we can do. And now we get to turn on City's Blessing, if my calculations are correct.
Da-da-da-da. So we get to make this into a
Nice.
4/2. So
I think we still attack. We trade it for
no,
2.
we trade it for a 1/1 because he blocks with this and this.
Yeah, so we attack with
So
the Dust Charger.
Just attack with the Dust Charger, and no.
That was played last turn, but
No,
we definitely don't want to
just
attack
attack
with
with the Dust Charger. And he probably, yeah, that's fine.
that. That's fine. We slowly eat through his board.
Chop away at those, yes.
So
And then next turn we get to Forerunner into...
interesting. So we saw he had a Jade Bearer, which he left on top of his library despite
Still
having no
hasn't
green
played,
mana.
yeah. Oh yes, that's true. Yeah, so he's at least 3 colours.
He's 3 so he's interesting.
3-colour Pirate Merfolk Explore deck.
Well, the real question was why would he have left that on top
On
if
top
he didn't
when
have
he,
it?
yeah, perhaps he clicked through without realising. Clicked through too quickly.
That's fine by me.
Indeed.
Take it.
Yeah, probably, yeah, our opponent has hit defence here, which is all kinds of excellent for us. We'll just get this man down.
I mean, hold on, just before you drop him, if we interdiction, say, the sentries...
Our opponent's got a lot of open mana. I'd
They
be
do.
thinking about counterspells and things here. And I'd rather them counterspell a random creature than a removal spell.
Well, alright, let's drop
Down
the
to that.
Forerunner down then. Let's see what we can get going.
See what this does.
And now we can make the Voracious Vampire huge.
Indeed we can. Or do we want to make something else able to...
It can't
Able to
target
attack.
Dust Charger because it's only vampires.
So if we target the other Forerunner...
We don't want to lose
No,
the
we'll
Forerunners.
just make him chuck a bunch of stuff in front of this.
The Voracious Vampire is our weakest creature. Let's pump that up as much as possible.
And then do we want this or a Zealot? I think we just want the extra card from the
I
Zealot,
think
don't
so
we?
too, because if we play that and draw a land, we get to double spell next turn.
Yeah, a double Vampire as well, which means 1,700 Forerunners of the Legion triggers.
Almost, but yes. Because now our Voracious Vampire is 5 power.
Yeah, so I think we're just attacking with the 5s here.
Yes.
There's not much point attacking with this here.
And that means the 5s get to trade 2 to 1.
Well, one of them, he gets to trade 2 for 1 with this one, and then these aren't attacking, mate. He gets to trade 2 for 1 with this one if he wants to, and then...
if he's just jumping here, that's great
yeah,
for us.
We're super happy with that.
Okay.
So we want to kill the
flyer.
Well, I'm not super worried about the flyer, to be honest.
But then our flyer can get through.
But this is holding up more of our stuff on the ground, I'd say.
Yeah, I feel...
Because once we get to scatter +1/+1s around, we get to boost our 2/2s to the point where they can attack into that.
Sure, then yeah, why not?
I'm inclined to leave it the way it is.
Okay. It's interesting. Now, what's our opponent got here, though?
A bombard for our 5/5. Yeah, that's fine.
I feel like
I'm
I'm
happy
still
with that.
favourable.
Because this, crucially, this gets to like these 3/3s that we have get to attack now, where they
True.
didn't before.
And with the vampire triggers on the Forerunners, we can pump them up big enough to also attack.
Fine.
That does.
Have nothing that could block anyway. So here we get to play this one.
And hope we draw a land for
Indeed.
a change. Or a cheap creature.
So now do we want to pump this up so that it's safe?
So what was our opponent got?
Oh, they got a red mana open, so they've actually not got anything relevant that I can think of.
Not in Rivals or Ixalan for 1 red. So.
Well, I suppose this can't attack anyway because he'd double block it.
I like pumping each of the Forerunners 1, and then jamming. Well, we'll see what we draw, but I like pumping each of the Forerunners once.
Or if we just target 1 Forerunner, then he has no good block on it.
Well, he still can double block.
No, because we get to put this on. We're putting this on 1 creature as well. So we put this on the same Forerunner. Oh yeah, I suppose you can still. But if we draw another Vampire, then if we pile it all on 1, then he has no good block.
But then if we don't draw another Vampire, then we can't attack with the other 2/2, and then he just double blocks, and we trade 1 for 1.
True. All right, let's spread them out.
Yeah, that's not what we wanted to see. So now we get to pump one of the Forerunners, I guess. And
attack with all of our 3 power guys.
Absolutely. And our opponent might double block the Forerunner, which I think is great for us.
Yeah, I suspect they're going to have to.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. That is not what I would have expected them to do. I'm curious as to what that was about.
Blocking like that leads me to think that they might have...
Pyroclasm.
Yeah.
But I don't think we care particularly. So we just play this.
Yep, and then quad triggers a Forerunner.
Vampire him again. It's still just a double trigger. Okay, that's fair.
Great, that's even better for us, because now we get
we can pretty freely attack.
If you pump the Zealot...
Yes, pump the Zealot up, absolutely.
If we attack with everything, he blocks one of the
So
Forerunners.
he blocks the Forerunner, takes 3, 6, 9, 11, yep.
So he has to block a 3/3 here, otherwise he loses.
Yep.
Sweet! This is going really well.
No, he blocks a 3/1 and gets to kill it at least, so that's something, but...
It's not a great position he's in.
So yeah, this is what the deck... This is the way I was envisaging the deck actually working when I planned it. So this is fine, because he's going to make probably the Jade Bearer to chump with, and then we just get to interdict this and kill him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to smoke out any interaction that he might have. He's going to concede anyway.
There we go. It up.
That's more like it.
Sweet, nicely done.
Silver tier 2. Oh boy. I've no idea what that means.
I'm a gold tier 3 and constructed. Oh wow.
So
we managed to grab 2 core set 19 packs there. Yeah, let's take the opportunity to open those
packs. Cracks and packs, absolutely.
Let's see what we get.
But what if we wanted to draft them, George?
A Mentor of the Meek, which I believe I already have 4 copies of, which is why it
goes in the vault.
Which is why it's face up, because normally the rare hides face down.
Oh, and you click it to turn it over. I see. Yeah, like that one.
So we've got a common and an uncommon wildcard, and
Dragon's Horde.
Might build red-black dragons eventually.
I've been kind of eyeing Grixis dragons in the next set actually, because I kind of like the idea of playing the 3-mana Sarkhan on turn 3, and then playing Niv Mizzet Perun on turn 4. So that seems like a lot of smash for the 4th turn of the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it largely allows you to do that off any combination of red lands, because he fixes you for 2 of the blue by himself.
True, very true. Yeah, I quite like that.
He gets to add any 2 mana of any 2 colours as long as it's dragon mana. That is all that man cares about.
And Bolus is obviously the
very
best
good in that deck as well.
Reason to go blue. Bolus just being incredible, as we saw in Grixis Control last week.
Indeed.
Not that we did as well as I would have liked to with that deck. Ooh, so,
are we on the draw or the play?
We go first. It's not exciting, but I kind of like it.
I think it's better than based on how. I mean, we could stick and not hit any more lands, but I can't really see a better 6 than that. So.
No, and like we discussed earlier, we flood out. I think I'd rather end up with a couple of these cards stuck.
I think I remember seeing once that the maths for turn 2 for 2 landers, as long as they are lands of both colours, is pretty favourable for you.
Oh,
there we go. Off to the races.
Would have preferred a black,
so we can arterial flow.
But we get to Voracious.
Or we get to Voracious and actually have a vampire to put it on. So yeah, it's not going to go badly either way.
No. And we get to do this eventually anyway, when our opponent has less choice over what they discard.
Yeah, more likely to catch our opponent's high end. Yeah. Because we're going to have enough vampires that they're not going to be able to get them all off the board. So.
No, absolutely. No, well, that's not exciting in the slightest.
Nope.
And pump that thing up. And go swinging.
All the way.
So it looks like our opponent's on well, obviously a very aggressive red deck.
Yeah, we know, so far we know red and maybe dinosaurs, that's all we've got. Could be red-white, could be Naya, could be anything here. No idea.
Definitely not red, white, or
red,
Naya.
black, okay.
It's not... There isn't a tribe in red, black, is
nope.
there?
There is Pirates. Pirates is Grixis.
Yeah,
so
yes, you're right.
there could be some pirate bits coming down, but they've certainly not let off on that front.
So we really want another land.
This is actually, I'm actually super happy with this this particular situation because our opponent's deck is all about. So the thing that pulls you towards red, black, and limited is lots of good spot removal spells,
Yeah.
which would be good against a deck which isn't as grindy as ours and isn't full of as many things that leave other things behind, or little things that pump up other things on our team, or just little synergies.
I will take one damage here.
They are definitely fishing for a block here, so we'll not oblige them.
We will take our 1 point of damage and free
And if they wanted to spend their entire turn 3 to make it 3 points of damage, that's fine by me. Sure, that's fine.
Not exciting here, but I still think we chain these together, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. Well, we can't play anything else, so...
but
do
you can
we
choose
chain
not
them
to
together,
find.
or do we choose the Dusk Legion Zealot here and try and hit a land drop?
I think we're going to draw into a land eventually anyway, and I like chaining these together. It just lets us get through our opponent's small red creatures.
Yeah.
We will draw a land eventually.
Well, if we keep casting those, we won't.
Yeah, that's true.
If you pick that, you're putting us to drawing a land for not drawing a land for 3 turns because we play another 1/2 for another vampire. I think I just like the Zealot here to keep us moving because we don't want to fall too far. Lands are not hitting lands is all well and good, but we don't want to fall too far behind on lands.
Yes, true. But we're very far ahead, and our opponent's obviously playing a very red aggressive deck.
Well, we're very far ahead until our opponent makes a 4/4 or a 5/5 or something, and then we can't cast any of our removal, and because
so
we
you see our
not hit
next
any
turn
lands.
as playing Dusk Legion Zealot
And hoping to hit a land, yeah.
All right, fair enough. I mean,
I think that's the way we want to play it.
I suppose it does give us the trigger, lot of trigger anyway.
Like, yes, we get to chump block with our Martyr of Dusk for those 2 turns if we need to, but, you know, what if they go land charging Monstrosaur? Like, we need to be able to use this if that's what's coming down.
Yeah, okay. I can see that. I can see the argument for that. Look, you can fish
Again,
as much as you want. We're not blocking. We'll take our 1 point of damage. So what's this?
Ah, so that would have been a bad block for us there because it would have killed our 2/2.
Absolutely. So we now get to pump the Martyr.
Pump the Martyr and attack into that, absolutely.
So,
come on. Awkward.
okay. But it's still digging us to it. I mean, drawing a land there doesn't actually get us any further ahead than drawing a land next turn.
True enough, yeah. We just really do need to hit one on that next turn there, otherwise we're going to have a handful of uncastables.
Very true.
Although if we do hit our land, provided there's no hilarious bomb from our opponents, I'm definitely playing the Glorifier here.
Yes.
There's nothing we need to remove, and we get to pump up one of our guys and
Pump up Martyr to 3 power so it gets through the cut through.
yeah, I'd say so. Well, the Legion trigger will do that actually. So
Yeah, I think Mad Rex is right. I think that probably was the right decision. So we're not blocking here. We're massively racing them.
he's going to pump. That's
Wow.
fine.
If he wants to spend his turn doing that,
That is definitely not a charging monster, so I am a-okay with that. Come on. There we go. So
Boom.
this Glorifier, put a counter on the Forerunner and use the Forerunner trigger to pump this, I'd
I
say.
think I'd rather just pump Martyr. Because we're not wanting to attack the Forerunner anyway, are
We could make this a 4/4 then and attack with this and leave these 2 much better blocking creatures back to block.
Our opponent does have up mana for tricks.
That's true.
And they also tapped their mana in a very specific way.
So what if we made a 2/2?
What if we made the Zealot a 3/3 and attacked with that?
Yeah.
Or just dump it all on the Martyr and attack for 4 power.
For 4 power, and then if it dies, we've still got to go
We still
back
get
to
a guy
block.
behind.
Yeah, I quite like this because this if he's on this plan, then this trading with this I quite like. So I think I'm just gonna go here.
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's stick it on the Zealot then.
So he can have the trade if he wants. This again might go slightly problematic for us if he's got a lightning strike or something, so we can kill this, but that's
It's
fine.
still not the end of the world.
Yeah, we've got our value out of that guy now.
We're only trading we're still trading 1 for 1. That's just a counter and a temporary
and a temporary augment. Yeah.
He wants to use a lightning strike on a Dusk Legion Zealot. I'm happy. He's not using it on a Forerunner
or a Sanguine Glorifier. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, okay.
That's fine as well.
Yeah, that's fine by us.
That was getting caught by anything, which is why it's good we didn't pump the Forerunner.
Pump the Forerunner, yeah, sure. Because there are things like that around.
No, he wants to keep the Death Touch around
anyway. He can't, because we're going to block the... what he thinks should happen here is that his Fathom Fleet Cutthroat should have got pumped by the poison, but that's not how that one works, because the pirate has to be attacking.
Ah, that's very true. Well, now we get to interdiction the Death Touch and attack past it.
Or just to block it with the Martyr, either or, depending on what our opponent attacks with.
I mean, he's holding this back to block, surely. Which is why I'm thinking it gets interdictioned.
Yeah, sure. Well, actually, what I'm thinking I'm about to do if we get a swamp is cast that Arterial Flow in our hand. Get our opponent's last 2 cards.
If we draw that, yeah.
Almost certainly gonna, because the Martyr has to block the Raptor now because he can double pump it if he wants to. Ooh, that's awkward.
That's a very good card.
Question is, what's he gonna kill? The Glorifier? Sure, that seems reasonable.
I still think that we're in a good position here.
Yep.
And we really want to swamp now, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. So if they attack with both, we block with both.
Yeah. And we have a handful of cards and they do not.
Yes.
We just take the trade with the Martyr here.
Yeah.
But that's the Death Touch thing. That's probably the most scary thing anyway.
Sure, this interaction is quite entertaining, but not super relevant. Swamp.
Now we really want...
Nice.
We don't get the swamp, so...
I'd say the Pterodon. What's he just got back? A 3/3 and a 2/2 that gets to pump a pirate.
He gets the flash, and he gets to kill something that was dealt damage this turn.
The Pterodon holds all of that off.
Well, the Pterodon doesn't, because he attacks. We can't block with the Pterodon, otherwise he kills it with this.
True.
But I still like playing the Pterodon, because we're going to win the race.
Yeah. Basically, I don't want to use interdiction on either of those.
Are we attacking with Forerunner? We trade with the Chupacabra. He can't, because we can't block next turn.
Yeah, I think I do like attacking with that, yeah.
But because we're winning this race, I think.
Yeah. Because we're going to have to stick the 1/1 in front of the Raptor if they attack with open mana, because that fireball effect is a bit too high at that point. But
we've got...
Well, maybe not, actually. Maybe we just let it through now.
And we've got no...
Because they've got... How much mana have they got there? 7 altogether?
Yeah.
So they could activate once and then play the 4 mana guy. I think we're okay with that if they do that. I think
they're more likely to hold up, aren't they? So we just let this come through.
I think we just let this come through, yeah.
Because we've also got Vampire to gain us a little bit of life. Interdiction gains us a little bit of life, so that helps with the race.
Actually, yeah, we let this through specifically because if they want to spend mana on that and not on developing their board this turn, then Interdiction is a massive blowout for them.
It really is.
As is Arterial Flow.
They want us to block, but we know they've got this, so...
Yeah.
Plus, they could just pump and kill this anyway if they wanted to do it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's going to play the 4 mana guy. That's fine.
Which does nothing.
Yeah. There we go.
Deacon, Life
there
of the
we
Vampire?
go. That's what we want. You know that attack you just made and all that mana you just spent? We just spent our mana much more efficiently.
Both, surely?
Yeah, definitely. Smash 'ems.
And we're getting 3 life back. Boom.
Swing and a hit.
I'm amazed. I probably would have blocked with the Raptor. The lifelink getting +2/0 and lifelink every turn is going to be a real.
He attacked with the Raptor. He couldn't.
Oh yeah, you're right. Of course he did.
Yeah.
Huh. What an idiot.
Yep.
No blocks.
No blocks.
You can pump twice, 3, so that makes 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we win on the.
And then he dies. Yeah.
Well, he's got this thing.
So we draw a swamp and then we kill him. Because we Arterial Flow him and then, yeah.
Yes. Well, he would flash it in response, wouldn't he?
Oh, true. But I was more talking about the drain kills him, right? Because he goes to that and then he takes 5.
He does, you're right. So swamp would be very nice here. Hey, look at that. So
we Arterial Flow him, he flashes the thing in, and then we pump this to make it 5 power and kill him.
Because then we get 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Checks out.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's it. Sure.
Hey, okay, buddy. And we get a life cushion anyway. So, yeah.
And that's it.
Read and weep.
You can block with 3/3 and take 5.
Yep.
That's it. Done.
Good game indeed.
That's a good game. Thank you very much. That was a good game.
No desire to be the emote deck there, and well played, or...
I mean, even if we didn't have that discard spell, we make his Raptor not able to block, gain a bit of life, and we still win the game.
and then we still easily win the race, yeah.
So that was awesome.
Yeah, at that point, I think we... Let's see, what do we do? We pump the Lifelinker and attack with that and the Pterodon, leave the 3/3 back to block his 3/3. Yeah.
Look at this. We're already up to 3 wins now, 300 gems. We're getting there.
Many shiny pebbles.
Right, so... Did you know that wildcards can be redeemed in your collection for cards
I
of the
did,
same
yes,
rarity?
because you told me last time.
Yeah, well, Magic Arena keeps telling me every time. Which is very infuriating.
No way to skip the hints off that screen, then. No way to hide it.
Very solid. And very similar to kind of the last one we had, except
I'm happy with that, I
we
think.
can cast more of these spells. And I think we're on the play, so same as last game.
This card's so underrated. This card in this format, you wouldn't think it to look at it because it looks like the this is an interesting effect that happens in some limited formats. It
looks like chaff.
Yeah, it's cards that have looked bad, like cards that look similar to cards that there have been in the past that look bad. Therefore, the assumption becomes that they will be bad in this format and they get underrated.
I mean, Snubhorn Sentry in a way looks like Dragon Egg.
Yes, it looks like something that you need to be doing something very specific to enable to actually get it to turn on. But our opponent mulliganed, excellent.
Even better.
It looks like you need to do a lot of work to make it into a viable creature, but it actually pans out that you just need to play normal Magic.
And look at that, we're even drawing the lands
The
we
hits
need.
just keep on coming.
Attack with Sentry, send a message.
Establish
Send the
dominance.
message.
Yeah.
Send the message. Yeah.
Dino dominance.
Take your 0 damage.
Hugs. Hugs for all. So what I'm getting here is that black-white is quite a popular archetype, because that's 2 opponents that we've had so far.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
That's the one that doesn't untap, is that right?
Yes, and if he gains life it untaps.
Ooh.
So we can't attack into it with this, because I don't want to trade this for it, so we're just going to play the Forerunner. And
we're in the same position we were last time.
I think I'm just going to take the Zealot again because we've got so many good 4s.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then we get to pump to attack through the Paladin.
If we wish, yeah. Oh, because of the Forerunner.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. No attacks.
You don't want to attack with the 0/3 again.
Plus also, hitting our land drops is even more important for this man. Because this card this particular combination here, this is perfect for enabling the City's Blessing as fast as possible, because you just want as many permanents as you can draw.
That's true. And then it's just a 1 mana 3/3, which even...
And hopefully the 10th permanent is this one, so we get a 1 mana 3/3 and a 4 mana 5/5 on the same turn, because that'd be sweet. Ugh.
Does that gain lifelink?
Yep.
Ugh.
So what he's done there is built a Bataskull.
Are we trading?
I think we have to, yeah. Which is really disappointing, but...
Because we're not drawing a removal spell next
and
turn.
if he's got a combat trait, then we just get destroyed, so... Yeah,
it doesn't get first strike, does it?
No, it's just lifelink.
That gave me a small heart attack then.
We have to do that there. Yep, you may untap that dead man. But yeah, if our opponent has a combat trait next turn, then we just get obliterated.
And we get the land, which is what we needed, so that's fine.
Moving along.
I mean, that doesn't help for our City's Blessing plan, but...
But it helps for our casting our 4-drops plan.
Yeah. Build your own Bataskull, turns out, is pretty good.
Well, it was a 2-for-1, basically, that's left in with this 1/1 life.
2 for 2. He traded...
Oh, 2 for 2, yeah, sure.
He traded for 2
Yeah, he traded 2 of his cards, and he got a little bit left behind. That's irritating, but not the worst.
Yeah.
I'm not super concerned about losing any of these cards.
What do you think you choose?
He's probably going to take the Glorifier, because it makes this into a 2/2, which can block this, but then this is going to be a 5/5 later, so... It depends whether he's got any removal in his hand, really.
Pride isn't great when for us.
We'd definitely be keeping that. Yeah.
True.
There you go. So he's taking the synergy card from us. Yeah, just gonna make this.
Yep, absolutely.
And then
attack with Zealot.
Attack with Zealot. Yeah.
Send a message with Citrus.
No.
No, it enables him to game in life.
Mhm.
I will always ask you that question, though.
Although actually, I think that was a bad attack now that I think about it, because if he attacks with this now, we don't get to block with either of these because if he has a combat trick, we get destroyed.
We take 1 damage.
But then he gains the life back again. Whereas if we leave this, we take 1 and he gains 1. Whereas
then we're attacking with a charger.
If we leave this back, oh true, yeah, that does then get this through. That's fair. He didn't anyway. Yeah.
So I think we attack with both.
And verdict this.
No, wait. See if he's got a pump spell.
Wait, see what happens. Yeah, that's a good point.
Then we can blow him out in response to a pump spell.
Good shout. Yeah.
Which it looks like he might.
Yep. Oh, he's only got a black open, so... Oh, he's got 1 on a black open.
Yeah, he does. Which could be like a
moment of
craving.
So it could be a moment of craving on our guy, yeah. No, he's just going to trade it off. Okay.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Send it up.
Anything that clears out his board. And that chalice is not good. That's a bad card.
Although we do keep taking ourselves further away from turning this man on, which is slightly sad.
But as long as he's got
we got 2 kill spells, so we're fine.
Although only 1 we can cast.
True.
6.
The awkward one.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we were on 7.
We're a long way off getting the city's blessing, unfortunately. Making these 2.
Another zealot would be nice, maybe.
Another zealot would be very nice. Like another zealot into a swamp or something. Another zealot into another thing we could cast.
I'm not sure we have got anything else we could cast because we've cast this already. We've cast our
Martyr of Dusk.
Cast our Sangre. Oh yes, we do have Martyr of Dusk, don't we? Yeah.
Martyr of Dusk is very good.
Zealot into a zealot. Oh wait, no, we've only got 2 zealots. Drat. For the following turn, so that we can play zealot into land into something else.
So our opponent's not making any actions, which is why his timer's running down. We've played much faster than him, so that's why we've got 2 timeouts and he's only got the 1.
Yeah, this is I like this system. It's it seems like a very efficient way to manage the clock system.
It is, unless you're playing a combo deck.
Well, then you shouldn't be playing Teferi Awfulness.
2 flying lifelink. Oh, that's fine as well.
Yeah, attack with that and we'll blow it up. That's probably fine.
Attack, we trade with it, and if he's got the pump spell, we blow it out.
Well, that's exactly what we didn't want to draw, but we'll play it anyway to get us closer to the blessing.
Now, we don't race that particularly well.
Please have a pump spell. Please have a pump spell. Of course we do, we just kill it.
No, that's true, we do just get...
Kill it with fire before it lays eggs. Hopefully he plays a...
before it lays dragon eggs.
Hopefully he plays a Glorifier and puts a counter on it so we can blow that up as well. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, you're right. There is a lot of black-white decks, and Conquistador's not exciting here for him. That's a very bad card at this stage in the game.
Well, it's still a vampire, so it's got vampire synergies, but it doesn't go well into it. Like, it attacks for 1 every turn in this current situation because we get to keep pushing this in front of it.
Yeah,
until we hit the blessing, and then it doesn't because this is then a 3/3. So
very true indeed.
We are both still at relatively high life total, so it doesn't really affect the game all that much. No.
No, and their hand doesn't look overly exciting. Revenant, interesting.
That's fine.
Are we still?
I'd still rather kill this. Yeah, the lifelink is going to be more of a problem.
It does get to trade though with that. I suppose we've got that. Yeah.
Besides, I'd rather just make sure we can get some value off this.
Yeah, that's sweet. That works fine. And that does let us just kill the Revenant here. And even still hold up the Pride of Conquerors if we want it. Our opponent's got 1 card in hand. What are they going to draw this more?
I'd actually rather use this now, I think, to kill this.
And I suppose we are racing.
Because what happens if they double block? If they double block, then this becomes then it's a 2 for 2. But I don't think they will, right? It seems unlikely.
Yeah, okay, attack with both, but I still probably want to impale post combat because we're losing this race at the moment.
Let's see what happens here. Yeah, they're just going to take it. Okay.
I think I still want to impale. We're losing the race at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And our opponent's got 1 card in hand. It's not likely to be anything overly amazing.
So the thing that I'm most scared about now is probably Deacon. Deacon will be a bit of a whooping for us because we just used our spot removal.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that's okay. That can't
profitably interact in combat. Yeah, if he goes for a double block, then we get to trash him again.
He's empty-handed as well, so he's playing off the top of his library, and we're winning the race. Yeah, see that.
Oh right, yeah, that's the ability. Yeah, that's fine.
It's because you got the pride. You're able to respond.
Able to respond. Yeah, 1 block. Boop.
Yeah, exciting.
Well, it's a permanent.
Sure.
We'll take a permanent.
We are getting there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're very close. we are currently winning this race, so that's okay. One more permanent gets...
Dusk Legion Zealot, one-time dealer. You always want the top card of your deck to be a Dusk Legion Zealot.
Unfortunately, Cedric, no. The Magic Arena doesn't have a match recording function.
So we would currently have to peruse the Twitch archives if we wanted to watch these games back.
Or YouTube, because we are streaming directly to YouTube, so we can watch our games back, but no, it doesn't.
I'm inclined not to block here in case he has drawn a combat trick. Because this is about to become a 3-3, and I'd rather just take an extra one.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that. I think that's very fair. No, Cedric, it doesn't have a recording function.
No blockers.
But neither does Magic Online, as far as I'm aware. So the only way to watch back your games is to... Now we're attacking for 8.
9, 10, 11, 12. Damn, one off. Oh well.
Close.
We'll put him on his heels.
This is still great for us.
If he draws Deacon or something, then he gets a good hit in.
Never limited when I've been on
Verdict.
7 lands if I wanted a land.
But there we go. Well, I mean, obviously we'd have been much happier with the creature, but
yeah. But what if it was just like another pump spell?
Yeah. Well, that's why you don't.
A land there's a permanent.
Yet another reason not to play. Not yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yet another reason not to play too many non-permanent cards in this particular deck, which is granted.
Oof.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's a good one, but we still attack through it. Kill you.
Yeah, we still kill him. Yes. He gets a decent hit in here.
Well, you can only attack with one thing.
But yeah, he's probably pumped this and attack with it.
Yeah.
And we get to attack back and trash him. He's probably gonna. What he's actually probably gonna try doing is like chumping and keeping this alive to try and kill us, and then we just get to finish him off.
Yes.
Oh, did he see this?
He has seen that. He knows we've got it.
Yes. Okay.
But that's fine because he's not racing us.
Yeah, we still have to just jam into it. Just
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
He's seen it, but I think he's forgotten it. Because I don't know what 2-mana spell he could have that would work here.
Moment of Craving. When we attack back.
Yeah, but then this. Yeah, sure.
What?
4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that's nothing's happening here.
Fine.
That does anything. He could have used that on his own turn.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He could use that on his own turn to kill this. Yeah.
If he used that on his own turn to. He would have literally won. So this is what happens. We attack with both creatures next turn.
There you go, Charcoal. It's your favourite card from
Yeah, it is. So here's what happens, Sam. He attacks with those 2 creatures he did, leaves back the Deacon, because it's summoning sick.
Yep.
We attack back with both creatures.
And pump our team.
He blocks the...
Oh yeah, I see. He blocks the 5/5 and shrinks the sorry, he blocks the Duskmare and shrinks the other one and takes 3 damage and
then he attacks back for lethal. 2, 3, 4. What was our life total at the end there?
We took 5 and we were on 12, so 8. So okay, he doesn't get to kill us.
He doesn't get to kill us, but he definitely gets to live.
But he gets to live and kill our... Oh no, he's still only chumping the Duskmare at that point, so...
That's true.
So what he actually probably does is if he does it the other way, then he lives on 1 life. Because he can trade the Deacon with the 3/3 and shrink the Duskmare.
And he gains the 2 life.
So 2 life. Oh, actually, yeah, so he lives on more than that. Yeah.
So I feel like
he definitely could have still been in the game. Yep. Hand looks fine.
Great hand.
Super happy with that.
I mean...
Happy if we draw lands or spells. And our Sun-Crested Pterodon's on. Oh, perfect. We had to curve them. 2-drop. Dusk Legion Zealot.
A Dusk Legion Zealot would be perfect here.
So what we're learning is that when you were umming and ahhing and you wanted to take another Dusk Legion Zealot, we should have probably established dominance.
Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. Yeah, attack. Send the message.
Yeah, when you were saying, oh, do we want another Dusk Legion Zealot? And I went, no, we can find other 2-drops later. What we actually should have done is taken another Dusk Legion Zealot, because we always want as many Dusk Legion... We always want the top card of our library to be Dusk Legion Zealot.
It's very true. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, we're going to have to stop doing that now.
Yeah, we
might actually have an effect.
Ooh.
That's quite good.
That is going to be a big problem for us.
It is. But that doesn't help, so I think we'll just have to play
this has got Menace, we can still attack through with that.
Yeah.
And that will eventually stop. Well, the gaining life is going to be
I'd rather kill that with an actual kill spell if we can, because otherwise, that, as you say, that life gain is going to...
Whenever a creature enters the battlefield...
Escalate. Oh, he's not got any creatures. Sweet.
Pterodon hit you? Because then we can double spell this and this next turn.
Yeah, sure, that seems reasonable. May as well attack first, right?
Yeah, let's see what our opponent's got here. That and that. Flying and...
yeah, I can't think of any flash creatures or anything, so...
No, nothing there.
Just take the face
we'll
hit.
Take the Pterodon here.
So I think they must have a 5-drop, but their 5-drop's going to have to raise 5 power in the sky, so... Oh, every creature draws him draws him a life gain spell, basically, so... Yeah, that's pretty good. Into more spells. How rude.
That is very upsetting.
This is going to be quite strong synergy here. No, but he's not got anything else. Okay,
we're going to need some synergy of our own, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, well that will do nicely.
Yep, slam that one down. And slow him, and get rid of some of the creatures he's got. Absolutely.
Goodbye, my friend. Oh, discarding two creature spells.
Boom.
That is very good for us.
Ain't bad for a bag of chips. Flyers in.
That's it, that's all we can attack with. This is the quick way to turn on City's Blessing.
Indeed. Curve out.
Yeah.
So if he attacks, we're blocking the... So what exactly does the text on that thing do?
This thing?
No, the Cherished Hatchling.
So...
Ugh, plummet. Ugh, no.
Let me cast Dinosaurs this... Oh, wow.
Well, we've got an interdiction for that, so that's alright.
That is okay.
So if we have any attacks, yeah, we don't.
So we have to gold.
Yeah, immediately interdiction that gold, otherwise we die so hard. And then send the flyers again. He's gaining so much friggin' life though. Jesus.
At least he's not gaining any more. Like he's run out of creatures now.
True. Yeah.
I mean,
but he gets to kill one of our.
He does get to kill.
He gets
something.
to kill probably our Pterodon and then get some ground attacks in, which is tedious. Or he's just going to pass it back. Okay. Yeah, see if we draw anything else. Yeah, that's fair. So, yeah, flyers again. Not you.
Yeah. I mean, this does more damage. He doesn't have infinite turns.
True, but... okay, yeah. He's going along those lines, yeah. Because Pterodon gives us more good double blocks with these guys on the ground there. Like, Pterodon's exactly the sort of man you want to put in front of either of these two, for example.
Yeah, you're
because
right.
It's got high toughness.
I mean, bear in mind this does have menace. He can't attack with too much.
No, true, yeah.
We just keep jamming creatures down.
Yeah. Trouble is, though, every creature that he draws negates 1.5 Pterodon hits.
But we...
hold up. Is he dead now?
Well, no, we've only got one thing that can get
but
through.
We've got... If we go all in, he has to double block this. He's got 3 creatures to our 4, and we've got a Moment of Triumph.
Which pumps for 2. So we attack with everything. He blocks, so he goes block, block.
And then he's still got a spare creature, effectively. So what he probably does is put 2 men on the vampire and 1 man on the 3/3, and then he takes 2, 4, 6.
No, we're attacking with everything. So he eats that, he eats that, and he eats that. Lets the vampire and the Pterodon go through.
And then we Moment of Triumph and kill him. So if he's drawn an instant speed removal spell, that goes badly for us. But what is the odds of him drawing a creature?
Yeah, okay, I like this.
I think our odds get worse the longer this game goes, and he draws a creature.
I think so. You're right, because 1 creature negates over a turn of turn.
Yeah, so and then Triumph on the Pterodon, I think.
I mean, he's main decking Plummet. I mean, surely it's on the Voracious Vampire.
That can be killed by more of his removal spells, though. So at least if we put it on the Pterodon, then we are more likely to actually get the 2 damage.
And you can't be playing that many.
Hey, he's not got anything.
Look at that. Xaxes through the Golter.
And through him gaining about 12 life.
He gained 9 life off
1, 2, 3... No, he gained more than that because he played 4 creatures. So he gained 12 life.
Oh. Wow. Well, that was good for us. That was very lucky. Look at that. 5 wins.
Yep.
Almost breaking even.
We'll just keep going.
In terms of gems. Off we go.
Just keep going. Yeah. This is easy. Do this all the time.
We can smash through this, and then we can
play some Momir. A silly format.
Momir is kind of ridiculous. It's very exciting. Momir is brilliant.
Full credit to our opponent here for an excellent screen name.
Pun and Scoop. That's great.
No.
And then we get to explore.
I suppose.
And then we get to play that, even if, like, I kind of like this.
We're on the draw. Yeah, okay.
We get to curve 2, 3, 4 in black creatures.
Yeah, okay.
We don't need to play this early. This takes ages to cast.
And we get search for planes if we need it. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah.
We get to mill anything that isn't a planes.
True enough, yeah. And have a 2-mana 2/3.
And we are up to turn 5, so what, with
2,
5,
3, 4,
6
5.
odd draws before we need a planes with our current hand.
Fair, yeah.
Like, it looks weak.
It's just a gut reaction to seeing lands of one colour and spells of another.
Yeah. Not necessarily what I wanted to see there.
Well, that's a pretty good alternate 4, because we can make our Menace guy a 3/3 and keep smashing.
Oh, look at that. We
Off to the races.
Doing it. We still want to land, but... Oh, look at that. A 2-mana 1/2 draw a card. That is just better than Dusk Legion Zealot. We don't lose a life, and it's got 1 more toughness. And...
Consistency, George, consistency. Not a vampire.
Oh, it's a shame.
Some tasty food for the vampire, but not a vampire.
This is great, though. This is really working out.
This is how we drew it up, yeah. So we get to make a... I suppose we probably actually want to make the Revenant and then plan on making the Pterodon and then eventually making the Revenant a 4-power flyer. I guess it depends on what they play here. Yeah.
Wow.
That lines that one up then.
I will take that.
So what that indicates to me is that our opponent kept a hand similar to ours, but they've got more spells of their other colour and they haven't drawn a smoother to get them an extra land.
Yeah. And I mean, they don't have that many cards in hand. They've only got 5 cards. And they're playing equipment.
That's not what they want to see. So I actually kind of like playing
Slamming
the Glorifier
creatures.
here. Just pile the damage on.
3. Yeah, this does more damage. You're absolutely right. And we pump the
Revenant.
I mean, that doesn't play around a removal spell particularly well. Oh, we can't pump.
Can't pump anything else, yeah, because it has to be a vampire. Because next turn, if they don't play anything, how dead are they? Are they dead to Pride next turn if they don't play anything?
So
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, Arterial Flow, dead.
So we start with the flow?
Yep.
Discard 2 of your finest cards, please, my opponent.
Yeah, they can't. I can't think of anything for less than 4 mana in white that they could actually use at instant speed to get in the way anyway, so I think they're just dead here. Yep, some black cards.
Kite set, oof, that is
and then
rough for them.
Cast the Pride of Conquerors and kill them. Wait, cast the Pride of Conquerors and kill them.
I thought I was going to get a stop after blocks.
Never mind.
Apparently not. Well, I still feel like this can't go wrong.
They should be pretty dead here, regardless, yeah. Uh-oh.
And we've still got a Moment of Craving and the Pride.
Wrath of God. Tedious, but...
kind of, we can Pride and save it.
Yeah, do that. So that deals more than its damage back again. Yeah, kill them in the face.
We didn't even get to attack.
They killed themselves. Cowards.
Splat. Well, that was really easy. So now we have
the final.
More gems than this would have cost if we'd have paid gems.
And you've been picking up random bits and pieces along the way as well.
Which is nice.
So when standard rotates, will what's available on this also rotate?
What do you mean? The cards...
Will the card pool also rotate on this?
Card pool will also rotate with standard, which means apparently there is an Eternal format coming where you can play Arena Modern.
With everything that's... With all the sets that are... Yeah, okay.
Apparently
will probably be awful.
It will be absolutely awful. But this is what is going to be Frontier, essentially.
Nope.
I mean...
We're going to get flooded out too hard if we keep that hand, George.
But if...
Oh, we're on the play.
If we mull... Well, I mean... These 3 cards and these 3 cards is a strong 6,
I suppose, isn't it? Yeah, alright, fine.
I don't like it. I hate it, in fact.
We're probably going to... Actually, I suppose this is reasonable flood-out insurance, just because it's going to be a 5/5.
This is a redraw. I know it's likely to draw us into more lands, but... It's a keepable hand, and drawing cards that aren't lands is good, even if it isn't exciting. I mean, look at this.
Okay, yeah, that's worked out reasonably for us. If we draw a 3 now, it'll be actually perfect. But...
The one that pumps vampires. The
actually, what we want, exactly what we want. I know exactly what we want to draw here, George. It's Forerunner of the Legion.
Oh, a Forerunner with this hand would.
Nope.
Ooh.
Careful.
Good Moment of Triumph.
We could actually, yeah. Fuck it, in. We've not got anything else to do with our mana this turn.
I mean, I feel like that's a fair trade.
Yep. Stops him potentially pumping that thing later on. I'll take that deal. And it's more about efficient mana usage at this point because we've not got anything else to cast, and we've got a bunch of 4s to deal with whatever he does next. So
true.
Yep. Ignore the hell out of that and play your Vampire Revenant.
Oh, look what we found.
I'd rather play the Vampire.
I mean, I know, but
although, yeah, play the Revenant, and then we can play
I just...
Yeah, just play that and get jamming.
So if we played... Yeah, I think you're right. No attacks.
Because then we can play 4 on a fetch Deacon for subsequent turns.
Oof, that seems real powerful.
And then we can get the Revenant Deacon action going. No blocks.
Thank you. We'll take 3 there. Feel like we're winning that race. So we just play 4
on...
4, 5, 6,
4 on a
yeah.
first, yeah. 4 on a get. So we could either get Deacon or we could get... No, he's not played anything.
Deacon is our most powerful card in the whole deck.
Get Deacon, yeah.
Or do we just...
Actually, yeah, chaining 4-ons is sweet too, because we're a tad flooded, yeah.
I mean,
and then in for 3, yeah. So he might have Divine Verdict here, but whatever. Oh, no, he just didn't have a 4 at all.
That's great.
Yeah, we're happy with that.
Probably, I don't know, just a real weak hand, probably. Where he's missing his second planes, I guess.
Charging Monstrosaur.
It
does have haste. Okay, so we're probably going to have to block the 3-2 here. Otherwise the damage is going to get away from us. I mean, we're losing a bit of damage, but I think we have to, yeah.
So hold on, he's attacking for 7, we dropped to 11. We played this thing, pump, we attack for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ourselves.
Yeah, but if he's in red, then there are things like Monstrosaur to worry about. Like, what I'm inclined to do is trade there, and then not play that, impale this, and hit him.
Yeah, I like that.
Then he's just, like, he's totally zeroed out on board.
And we still have stuff.
And we've still got stuff that's attacking, yeah. It's things like that where the damage all keeps adding up.
So we're impaling this thing?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
because we can't double spell anyway, so we just get that off the board.
We might draw land and double spell next turn as well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so our charger's not close to being on, but because from this position he would need something like a Monstrosaur to pull him back in.
But if we land and double spell, that means 6, 7, 8, 9 permanents dust charges on the following turn.
Yeah.
And that
would have been a problem had we done it the other way.
True.
You see what I mean?
I agree. Yeah.
So now we want to play...
Well, we can double spell.
Yeah, play Legion, pump the Revenant, Conquistador, pump the Revenant, attack the Revenant, leave the Zealot back to block his 4/4.
And we search up our Martin.
And we search up the Deacon. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's the one I meant.
I mean, Mart's good as well, but we definitely take the Deacon here. Conquistador, pump the Revenant, attack 4.
Yeah, nice. We are getting these things done.
This is where he's like dual shot.
Ouch.
Nope, we're good. Rutro Raggy.
There's nothing for 1 mana that kills
Zealot gets to gain us 4 by chucking under the 4/4, and then next turn we get to play a Deacon and kick his face in.
Yeah.
Actually, in fairness, he probably can't actually attack with his 4/4 because we do just get to completely obliterate him if he does.
That's real sad for him. This is obviously aggressive red-white deck.
He just takes so much damage if he attacks with his 4/4.
Get the Scorpion, get the Scorpion.
It goes faster if you click on it though, George. Yeah, he's just been massively flooded out here, I think.
Which is amazing because he didn't really play anything for the early turns, particularly exciting. Oh, I suppose he actually curved 2, 3.
Form of the Dinosaur. Yep. Don't give 2 shits about that, man.
You do not matter in the slightest.
I don't think he can. Yeah, he can't attack because if he attacks, then he's just definitely dead to the Deacon.
So we play the Deacon.
Yeah.
Do we just...
no, I think I actually just like, given that he's got 7 power in play and we're on 12, I think I just like all pump on the Revenant and just attack with that.
Yeah, okay, it leaves us with the greatest amount back to block.
Yeah, it ensures us, like, if we attack with everything and he's got nothing, then he might just die. But I think I think this is a, like in the other game against the other guy, I was advocating going for it simply because that Wild Growth Walker was just going to keep gaining him life if he got.
He could have a removal spell here, which he does. He's got a Verdict.
That's fine. But then he wouldn't have died to that attack anyway, even if we had spread it around. So
yeah, okay. Then we could have pumped the Zealot. And that's very bad for us. Deacon going down. Our board is now very unexciting.
But if I'm now extra glad we didn't attack with everything, because if we'd attacked with everything, that would have gone horrendously badly.
Yeah,
for us.
You're right. You're
so we would have been able to set up perfect blocks and then blow everything up. So do we get to play a 5/5 here?
No, it's not a 5/5. 3
even with the land?
6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah, I suggest we do that just to shore things up.
No attacks.
Yeah.
And then this gets to pump, double pump 4 and make it a 4/4. Oh, now we get to double spell.
So hold on, let's think about this. Make sure this goes exactly where we want it to. So yeah, if we
we get 2 pumps off of this and 1 pump off this. So we can make Zealot a 4/4.
A 4/4.
Has to trade it with
no,
this.
we make this a 4/5.
Yeah, okay,
with
and
Menace.
we get 1 attack, and we get 1
Makes his
drain
life
off it.
incredibly awkward. We do make it a 4/5, right? I've not miscounted that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Which makes his life incredibly awkward.
And we still attack with
Yeah, those two definitely. Smash 'ems. And he's just like,
with the 1 card in hand.
Awkward turtle is awkward.
What are you gonna do, my friend?
Just like
what are you gonna do?
Bombard does do. He'd have to have another divine verdict, basically. Yeah, kill the 4/4.
Yeah.
Definitely kill the 4/4. I suppose, yeah, he lets the 4/5 go just because it's going to shrink back down to.
Yeah, but look at our board now. Look
kill
at
them both anyway.
This has got Menace as well.
Yeah, so the one thing that would have saved him there would have been that the Pyroclasm. The Pyroclasm. So that kills all of our guys and leaves us with a 1/1.
Which I can't imagine him playing.
But we can't play around that. Well, I can. He's got a bunch of giant dinosaurs that he doesn't kill.
You're forgetting all the little dinosaurs you played at the beginning of the game.
Sure.
And the 3/1 he just had on the field then.
Anyway, it doesn't matter because we crushed him.
We did. That's it then. That's literally the league finished.
Drafto completo.
We even get a pack for our troubles, and we get 2 more rivals packs. Look at that, sweet. And 950 gems, meaning that at some point we can then do a competitive draft, can't we?
Let's see what we've won.
Let's start with Corsair because we opened that randomly. We can get.
Let's start with the bad cards first.
Our own theme one. So.
A purveyor of delicious corn-based snacks. Apex of power.
That's real weak.
Wow. Of all the mythics to walk into the dungeon.
So what do we get from Rivals? What do we even want from Rivals? What's in Rivals?
You would like...
some kind of dinosaur. Is there anything from Rivals we're excited by?
You would like the blue-green flip card.
The blue-green flip card.
Comena's Ascent, or whatever it's called. You'd
not
like
not
that.
Released to the Wind.
No, you definitely not. Torrential Gearhulk's rotated, so there's literally no reason to play that card now.
Okay. What about from this pack?
You would like the Immortal Sun. I don't know. Well, it's a rare, so it's not that. Ah!
At least it's a planeswalker.
That's serviceable, yeah. That card might well come back in once Selesnia's a thing.
Look at that, yay.
She fits very well in Selesnia.
So, we're at 3 wins in Momir, so let's just continue with the league that we had.
So George, for those unaware, what the hell is this Momir format of which you speak?
So Momir is a very interesting format, originally developed on Magic Online.
Because it's almost impossible to do in paper.
It's very difficult to do in paper. So the way it is you have a deck of 60 lands, just basic lands, and you have the Momir Vig avatar. So the Momir Vig avatar, if Sam just wants to hover above it for just a moment.
Oh, look at this snap keep.
So you get to dispay X, discard a card, and create a token that is a copy of a random card with converted mana cost of X.
A random creature card, crucially.
You can only do it once per turn, and only as a sorcery, but essentially it means that your deck is just full of any random creature throughout. On Magic Online, it was throughout Magic's
all of Magic, which causes some incredibly weird and wacky interactions. But in this instance, it is only the cards that are available in Standard.
Exactly, but it adds some more complexity in Standard because you don't really know necessarily what's the best.
So
thing
we
to
won
play. I mean, that's not the worst.
A 2/2 that we can tap to make 1/1s. Yeah. If that is the way the game goes, then that could well be quite useful. We get to generate a lot of. We chump every other turn with this if we need.
So you can see they're all token copies. They're not actual those creatures. They're copies of it.
Yeah. So for example, I'm not going to attack this into this because the 2/2s will become irrelevant shortly, and I'd much rather have the ability to keep making.
Yeah. So Sam's playing one of each basic. So on Magic Online, when you got full Magic, Land Walk is an ability, so you wouldn't want to. But in...
May as well do this now.
Yeah, sure. But in this, you want to be able to have the most colours of mana so you can activate abilities. Like, for example, that has an activated ability for a 1 blue mana.
I mean, in this instance, there's no way we're ever going to use it because we discard a card and... Actually, no, that's a mill for our opponent, so maybe if the board gets really stalled out, we might start using that.
Moma's so unlikely to have board stores
because of the things like this that show up. Yeah.
Even then, you don't want to be investing your mana into that. It's essentially just a 3/3 flyer.
That's still pretty reasonable as a 4-drop.
Yeah, you're right. Although no one's ever said Skyship Stalker's reasonable until now.
That's because they've never played in Momir, I guess. Yeah.
So we just get to keep.
Click.
So what do we get? That is very. Whenever
another creature we control dies, we get a treasure token.
Well, that works. We can ramp in some
suppose
big
we
creatures.
just attack with this for free now and try and convert it into a mana, right? Because it's got vigilance.
Yeah, why not? I mean, our opponent will probably eat it and we'll get a treasure.
Yeah, and then we get to... or just
we get it for 1 damage, which is even better.
Either or. Easy like a Sunday morning.
So it's just... Our opponent has 1 of each basic. We will soon hopefully have 1 of each basic.
Well, we've got the forest ready to go, George. I'll put it right here so we don't forget. Dragon.
And what are they going to create?
5-drop. So, time for guesses, chat. What, given that we're playing standard, which mana cost should we stop at?
Oh, it's a 4/4 defender.
Yeah, but they can pay energy to make it not have defender until end of turn, which is pretty poor.
So what in standard? Then what is the biggest? What are the best?
At what point do we get to good creatures?
Because we know that 8 mana is not great. Zatalpa is amazing.
we
got the same one.
Well, those will trade then, I guess.
We get to exert this guy again. Let's do him. Just do it now so we don't forget.
Yeah, sure.
You did it last time, so let's just. Yeah. It's unlikely we'll want to block that specific guy anyway. We might as well get.
And then we'll just chip with the 1/1 again.
Yeah.
Because then next turn we could potentially make a 7 ahead of curve.
So here's the question then: what is the most expensive?
No, what's the highest we could go up to?
So we got Golta, which is 12. Are there any creatures that cost more than 12 mana in standard?
So if we could get to 12, we could hit exactly Golta every turn.
We could. Sweet. Every single turn we get a Golta. Oh, they're legendary still.
Oh yeah.
We'd still only be able to get one of
awkward.
them.
So the token status doesn't remove legendary from them.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So, what else is there in standard? 11 gets us the Colossus, Metalwork Colossus.
Yes. So it does. That's not legendary. So we could have infinite 10/10s.
We could have loads of 10/10s. No other relevant text though.
But we'll probably die to flies if we did that. So
what gets us the best chance of getting a good flyer?
It's probably 5 or 6.
What are the new dragons? What you need to let them resolve it. Because now you've got something you can activate, which is your. Well, I think you probably want to stop at 6, don't you? 6 is probably quite a lot of powerful creatures in standard. We're going to lose to these flyers. We need a good 6-drop here. Let's see what we can get. It's got to be something with flying.
Or do we want to attack with some 1/1s and see if we can get a 7?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's wait. So just if you put X to like 100, or just like more mana than we've got, that's it. And then hit cancel, then you can. So let's attack with the 1/1s then. Let's see what we get.
Do we want to? No, we don't want to attack with the 4/4. What am I saying?
We might want to use the energy for like the bounce, Leviathan, or whatever it is.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's 8 mana too as well.
I believe so. Yeah.
So maybe 8 is good. So you just want to keep attacking with these 1/1s. See if we can get some treasure tokens.
I mean, he's just been letting them through up until this point, so I'll probably.
We're getting damage through then at least. I mean, we're not racing the
9 power of flyers, no.
So we just go for 6 and see what we can do. What have we got? Come on.
This one, I suppose.
Big dragon. Noxious Gearhulk. Something. We get our own Lapis. Well, that's fine, because that eats the 3/3.
Yeah.
And then stares at the
it probably doesn't, because he probably attacks with both of his flyers, and then he probably just attacks with his Lapis, and then they trade on.
Well, in which case we're trading.
We bought ourselves a turn, yeah.
I think we want to go 6 again, and then 8. I don't think we want 7. 7s weren't particularly exciting.
It's the breadth of cards available in the set that seems to be the issue.
There's so many like commons and uncommons that are just really bad. If you touch both, do we eat the 3/3?
Yeah. but he's not going to.
Yeah, we trade off the Lathlises.
Trade dragons.
And we get a treasure.
Oh yes,
we can go up to 8.
We do. We can go up to 8, so we can just skip that and go to.
Oh, 8 it is
8.
then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kind of like going to 8. 8 seems good.
Zutulpa.
Zutulpa is probably the best. Yeah. That card has infinite keywords. It has keyword.
Which is why he's playing the modern Soulflayer deck.
Because it gets you get all the abilities in one.
What does our opponent get for their 7? Some stupid, terrible common worm. Let's see.
Not Palaka Worm.
Yeah, but we can block and kill it after 1 attack.
True.
So we do mill half our library from that. But
as you say, not super likely to be relevant.
It's bad.
Where are we? Are we still in?
Yeah, look, hit my turn. Yeah, that's it.
Right, okay.
So now we get to sack the treasure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And create an 8. Come on, Zutulpa.
So if you're wondering if what Magic Roulette would look like, this is basically Magic Roulette.
It is. It's such a cool format. All the bounce cracking.
Some giant man. Yes.
That's fine.
That's excellent.
Let's attack with our 1/1s.
We'll 1/1 them to death.
And exert the 2/2 again. Let's get another 1/1.
Yeah. Sure.
Maybe we can get up to Golter Manor.
Death of 1,000 tiny cuts. 1/1 you to death. Yeah.
Oh, he's going to eventually block them.
He's going to start blocking them, yeah.
Well,
yeah,
maybe now because he's
he'll
up
start
so
blocking now because we've got so much mana now. Yeah, that's probably fine.
Well, that's fine because now we probably can get up to Golter Manor.
Just as a one shot, yeah, which is almost certainly worth doing.
Yeah.
Just take a quick look for 11s. See if we got any 11s that we can find.
I'm going to. Let's see what.
So we're on 8, 9, 10 currently, so we can play a land and go to 11, or we could try for a 10. Depends on what we've got.
Oh, I know you've got to. In theory, you have something you can respond with. So.
I can pay some energy, or pay some mana.
Yes. Well, yeah, we've got treasures now. You can, in theory.
Yeah, we actually ideally need something that can get in the way of this. Otherwise, he might just start. You know, if he starts putting red into this, then it's a 3-turn clock. So, oh no, he's going all in. Well, after this, he might. The booby prize. A man with no abilities.
That's why 8 isn't the most exciting.
Yeah, so I see. We lucked out. We got one of the better ones.
Verdant Force is good because we still get to attack with the 1/1s.
Yeah. So, what are we looking at?
So
what do you reckon?
Let's just have a quick look on Gather. Let's see if we can find something. So, in Standard.
So what you want to do?
We just need to
go take that one out.
Let's go CMC. Is
no, you want equal.
No, I want greater than like 9. Let's just see what the best creatures are that are above 9 mana in Standard. We've got a little bit of time. What's happened here? Oh, X equals 7.
No, hold on, let me do it.
So we're just having a very quick look on Gatherer to see what the best creatures are we can find. So we just need standard creature with CMC.
We are running out of time.
Yeah, that's fine. Go for it quickly. We don't want equals, we want greater.
I'm just going to look at, see what is it, 11. So that's the max we can get to now. It's just Metalwork Colossus.
That's fine. In which case we'll stick with 8.
Yeah.
So we will go to combat first.
Attack with our 1/1. Actually, no, start saving the 1/1s now until we've got a critical mass of them.
No, because I feel like we still want mana because if we get a Golter, we race our opponent.
True.
Actually, we don't particularly well, do we?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that still doesn't get us to a Golter.
Alright, no attacks then. So we'll just activate this.
Mm-hmm.
We want an 8 drop. We're sticking with 8s, aren't we?
Yeah, 8 seems good.
I should have played land. That was silly of me. Let's see how well we can do here. What do we get? We got a... I can't even see where it is. Oh, we got another Verdant Force.
Infinite 1/1s.
Well, I guess we just pass and there's nothing else we can do. I mean, we're getting loads of 1/1s, but that's not going to be enough.
Not at the rate that he gets to dragon, is he?
We need an overrun on a creature. Zakama's 8, isn't it? 8 mana? Or is Zakama 9?
Might be 9.
Oh, if Zakama's 9, then if we go to 9, then that's... There can't be that many other 9s, can there?
Yeah.
No, he's going for it. He's going for lethal.
Ah, 9 is just Zakama. I should have done that then.
Zakama's good. Then we can activate Zakama's... We might have the mana to activate Zakama's ability if our opponent
if we attack
something.
with a bunch of guys, yeah. That would be excellent.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
We might have to. We maybe want to attack with some like Verdant Forces as well, depending on what he gets here, just to try and force some more death.
Wow. Well, the Locust God is pretty good.
So yeah, I think we have to attack with basically everything.
What happens if we just attack all out?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers.
Our opponent has to block some stuff, which will give us enough money to get Zakama.
Let's just have a think about this. So
our opponent eats a Verdant Force. These things don't have trample, so it gets
chumped by the 2/2. Then he takes 4 from the crab gets eaten by the 6/6, and then after that he takes a bunch of 1 damage hits. So I don't think that's actually very good for us.
Yeah, but we get the treasures enough to activate, get Zakama and activate the ability.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can cast him now. So how many treasures do we need?
3. Our opponent will kill 3 creatures.
Yeah, so I think, but we get all of that by just attacking with all the 1/1s.
No, because our opponent can just let the 1/1s.
Yeah, but they won't be thinking about Zakama.
They will though. I feel like we need to attack with
some more things. Okay.
More stuff that would cause lethal.
Okay, so how about?
Oh, we haven't drawn a card yet.
we might need to draw.
Because we need this to discard. So
yeah. All right, so all the 1/1s and the 4/4.
But then they still can just let that through.
So we have to send in at least 1 Verdant Force, you think?
So what happens if we send that in? 7, 11, 15, 16. So they have to block something, but then they'll just eat a 1/1. I feel like we have to attack with more stuff.
I think we'll just leave the Verdant Force back. I bet they'll block.
You think? Alright.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll attack like that and see what happens.
Because we have to leave enough, bear in mind, we have to leave enough defences back on the ground to not just die.
Yeah. Andy, you're right. Zakama is probably our best chance. But our opponent, see, this is what I was worried. Our opponent just lets the 1/1s through and...
Nope.
Okay, interesting. Because then we get Zakama, we can activate Zakama with the treasures, kill this. We take 5, including the token, no, they just activate the Locust God's ability and we lose.
Yeah. Can we kill the Zakama? Can we kill the Locust God with the Zakama activated ability? Is that what it does? How much damage does it do?
3 damage for 3 mana.
Drat.
So we can only kill
some
one
life,
thing.
which doesn't help. No.
Does life gain help?
It doesn't gain us enough life, I don't think.
So then do we have to activate for the bounce Kraken? No, that doesn't even give us enough in it. But it gives us... Yeah. It's got to be the Kraken, surely. That's the only thing now.
No, that's way too much energy.
Yeah, but we've got Flyer to block... Oh, no, we still lose like that. Anything... Palaka 1? 7?
Yeah, that's a big pool, though.
Yeah, but what are our alternatives?
Also, is it even enough? Because we gain 7 and then he hits us for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Which keeps us alive.
It does keep us alive. Yeah, right. Try it.
7 it is. Let's see what we can
We're
get.
at end of combat.
Oh, yeah. Doi. Right. 7 it is then.
One-time dealer.
Here we go. Show me the money.
It's going to be an ancient Brontodon, I'm afraid.
That's 8 mana, mate. We got our own fleet swallower.
Well,
that's
that
sad. Okay, we scoop it up. That, as usual, this is what happens in
comes down to flyers.
It comes down.
But it sounds like we've solved it though. What you want to do is just get to 9 and make a Zakama.
The Zakama is
like stabilize for as much, take as little damage as possible, stabilize, make a Zakama, and then use its abilities to win the game. Because once you got to 9, you don't necessarily want to activate every time, do you?
No, probably not.
And Zakama gives you enough kind of flex to allow you to. It gives you multiple options, basically.
So yeah, so that's the special event for the moment is Momare. It's quite cool though, isn't it?
Should we go again?
Yeah, let's play some more Momare. Momare sounds great. Because now we've got it. Now we've got it. It's fixed.
Now we've solved the format. We can play
have.
some Momare.
Now we can have a look. What? Let's see. Right.
Oh, we're on the play. Such a disadvantage.
We are on the play, so we have to wait till turn 3 to start creating stuff. But that only works if we want to end at 7 drops. We have to skip more up the chain
if we want to end at Zakama.
Plus, arguably, 2 mana is better than 3 mana.
Because we might hit mana elves.
Yeah.
So start on 2.
And then skip 3.
Yeah, there is a very, very broad range of very average 3 drops.
Yeah. Whereas 2 drops you can hit mana elves. There's some other okay stuff.
And actually, the average 2 drop is probably not that much worse than the average. Like the odds of the average 2 drop trading with the average 3 drop is actually pretty high.
Yeah, true. Oh, they're creating a 1 drop. Do they want the Llanowar Elves? They get a Dauntless Bodyguard.
All right, that's fine.
Now we get to create a 2 drop.
I should have played the Forest on the first turn. Would have definitely got a Llanowar Elf if we'd. Or would have definitely got a Druid of the Cowl if we activated those
That
2
is
forests.
not the way that works.
2/2.
Sure. It trades with his.
I don't know that we want it to, though, right? Because that might well be better later on.
We might find an artifact, you mean? I can see that.
There's certainly plenty of random artifact generation going around.
More unlikely to die to chip damage from the Bodyguard as well.
Although it being chip damage plus flyer chip damage later is a concern, certainly.
Unless we get the flyer. Like, that's the way it works. Is
True.
Who gets what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah.
But I think I'd be much happier having the... Because there's with Kaladesh and trader tokens around.
Yeah,
There's
true.
a decent amount of random artifact generation. I guess it depends what they hit here.
That's unfortunate.
Now I'm more inclined to block, just to slow the bleeding.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Because they seem to be going... Our opponent certainly seems to be going aggressive here.
Which normally doesn't work, because these things become so irrelevant so quickly.
But yeah, I think we have to
But
block.
yeah, we block. We tried for the mana dork and we failed. And we were on the play, so we have to skip.
Yeah, skip here.
Yeah, and then start playing 4 drops.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, we go up to 8.
And then we draw 9.
No, because you have to play 1,
Oh,
discard 1, play 1, discard
That's
1.
true. So this doesn't work either.
So every turn you draw a card and have to discard it.
So we have to pick somewhere higher up that we want to skip.
This
So
gets us to 8.
Yeah.
Every turn we draw a card and discard it. So
Yeah.
these are all our land drops essentially.
So what's the bad converted mana cost that we want to skip?
I don't know. Probably early. Well, obviously 1.
Well, we're definitely making a 4 now.
Yeah, we have to. Nicobolas?
That would be... That's probably the best 4, actually, isn't it? Because it puts your opponent down a resource. Yeah, that's not bad.
I mean, it blocks their flyer.
Yeah, it's a better statted flyer than
And they
our
have to
opponent's flyer.
exert the menace thing. So what does this do? When it's... Okay, that's irrelevant.
Mm-hmm. So depending on what they make, do we skip a 5 to try and get to Zakama?
We Zakama being 9. Well, let's see what they get. We can't skip.
No, that's...
It's got flying.
We've got too many flyers to try and deal with now. We need to try and hit another one.
They exerted, yeah. Oh, it's got menace. So
Yeah,
we have
when
to...
they exert, it's got menace, yeah. Oh, well, it's not about to untap, so... But yeah, we need to try and get something to deal with that 4-3. Although, hold on, stop.
Yeah.
So the Zakama will deal with that 4-3 because it'll kill it.
Eventually, but that's getting up to 9
Because
minutes.
the exert guy, the guy's exerted, right? So it's not about to attack.
But we're already at 16 now. If we're down to 12,
Or is it
we won't
exerted?
get to
It's
9.
not got the thing on it for exert.
It's menace.
Oh, it's got menace base. Okay, yeah, we have to then. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Ah, nice.
That is
That'll do
potentially
nicely.
relevant.
Yeah, we'll quite happily take that.
I don't think we can skip all the way up to Zakama.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we're under too much pressure. So in an ideal world, you try and skip up to Zakama, but
Yeah.
If you can't, then you can't.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
I mean, he still can't attack with these three things.
It's just a lot of stuff that he's making.
Yeah, we could do with one of those.
Yeah.
Yep. Joda comes in.
Right. No blocks. Double block that in a hot second.
Exert that. Yeah. Well, that's fine because he can't kill this thing, but he does.
He kills the.
It unlocks all these flyers.
I think we have to though. I think we have to stem the bleeding.
We're getting a little bit of life as well.
Life back, yeah, because he can't not deal damage to that.
And we don't just gain 2 life here; we gain 4 life, so we gain 6. Right. Well, we're gonna need some magic.
We need a flyer.
Noxious get up.
I
feel like I want it every time I hit 6.
I'd take a Laughless. Anything but that.
Wow. That is real bad.
It's the worst possible.
That was absolutely horrifying. Oh, that's really disappointing.
But yeah, I don't feel like skipping that that 3 has hurt us really here because the structure of what they've had hasn't really.
No, it's the fact.
Although actually, no, I guess if we'd made a 3, then we could have double blocked on the Kenra with that and kept our flyer to lock down our opponent's.
True.
What the hell does that do?
That you can pay.
Oh, it can't be blocked. Terrific.
Yeah.
And they've already got double blue, so yeah, I think we're just dead in this. So they can activate that next turn and kill us super hard.
What kind of counters are there?
Energy counters?
Oh, these.
It's just a thing that triggers automatically.
So we've got to go.
Palaka worm, Palaka worm.
We always want these same creatures.
Yes, because they're good.
Ooh,
that'll do. So we have to destroy the 4/6. Oh no, because it wants to spend a bunch of mana on that. Yeah, the 4/3 definitely.
Oh no, I feel like we're dead. We're dead anything, because if he activates that, he gets through in the air and whatever.
Yeah, well he might not, so destroy the 4/3. He might forget.
He might forget, in which case we're okay.
You've got to allow your opponent the opportunity
He's saying good game.
You've got to allow your opponent the opportunity to lose the game.
Yeah, fair enough. We lose that one. I'll pass the mouse by to you.
Yeah,
you might have better. You might have better luck than I do. I'm bad at Momir.
I do have a T-shirt with Orange Jesus on it, so.
Right then.
It's go time.
So we're skipping 3 then on the. When we're on the draw, we skip 3. No, when we're on the draw, we just skip 1, and then we get to go up the curve.
Yep.
When on the play, we skip 1 and 3. Okay. Because 2 gives you the chance of mana dork, which is obviously great.
And yeah, the average 2 compared to the average
3
is kind of whatever.
See, these people are creating 1/1s. I don't
and
feel
they
like
get
that's
this
relevant.
a lot. Yeah. So that just.
It won't be a 1/1. He's not going to spend 2 mana.
Yeah, because he only can ever draw lands, can't he? So.
Oh, is that exile? No, it's just exile 2 cards.
And explore.
Oh yes, but he does draw off that, I guess. But that's not overly relevant.
He spends 2 to draw 1. Might be relevant in the late game, but
no, it won't be. That's never going to be something you choose over activating the avatar. 2 mana 1/1.
This is why we strongly consider not making 2s, but given that our opponent's got 2 1/1s,
you can end up with those kind of creatures on any number, though, can't you?
True.
We're on the draw, so we just got the curve now.
So what if we skip here? So then we get to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because I'm not really worried about this. Are you?
Yeah, but would we rather have a 2-drop or a 3-drop?
Yeah, I suppose.
I think we skip 3.
This gives us mana elves, yeah. That's a fair point. Which this?
We just skip the next. Well, sure, it trades with whatever.
That'll trade with a better creature later on because it's got 3 power.
It's unlikely to. You just get board stalls as the game goes on. It's best just to block.
Can use it to hold off whatever his 3-drop is about to be. Because I'm not blocking either of these with it. So we'll get a 4/4 or something in a second that will render it all completely moot. Yeah, if this can hold off whatever his 3 is, then I'll skip 3.
Well, he will be able to target the lands in our graveyards.
We discard a land whenever we activate the Momir ability. Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh, that's a good hit.
Oh, Rogue Refiner, what?
Outrageous.
That's unfair. Yeah, we have to not block there.
So yeah, I'm inclined to not activate here and try for Zakama. What do you say?
I feel like we just fall behind. We die to flyers and whatever before we get to Zakama. I like activating. I don't think Zakama is so game ending that we go up that far.
Okay. Whoa!
Put 2-1 -1 -1
Do we
counters.
just kill this? Or do we want a 2-3? I'm kind of
Nah,
inclined
let's
to
kill
just
the 3-1.
kill the 3-1 because it's kind of crap. And I'd much rather have a 4-5.
For a minute, I thought that was on your opponent's creature. I thought that was going to be awesome.
No, that's the we got the if the one that we could get for that is the soul what's it next turn the 4-drop. The scorpion guy, whatever. I can't remember the name of the card.
That still goes on a creature you control until it dies.
Yeah, but when it dies, you get to move the counters that are on it onto the counters your opponent controls.
That's bad.
Yep. Bricked.
You can't attack, my friend.
So now do we skip 4? Because we've got such beef from our 3.
I just keep going up the curve.
Mm.
We want to hit flyers.
I guess there's actually a lot of bad 5s on there.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad everything. Choose a number where there's not a lot of bads. I guess 9, but sure, you guaranteed to get Zakama, but it's not game ending.
Well, against this, if he keeps getting this kind of shit, it is. It's very game ending. Because then you get to activate Zakama and then also make with whatever mana you've got left, make an activation.
All it takes is one good hit, though. I think we keep activating because I still think I'd rather activate than use Zakama's abilities anyway.
No, I'd rather be able to do both. I want to start activating Zakama's abilities and activating the Momib thing at the same time.
But that means then we're only going to be creating 4 drops when we're activating the ability.
And when our opponent's making bigger stuff, sure.
We
could have an Ornithopter. Do you want an Ornithopter?
I definitely do not want an Ornithopter. In fact, that would guarantee you an Ornithopter.
An Ornithopter on the turns, on the other turns. So we should definitely.
When you desperately need a flyer just to chump for a turn, you can create a guaranteed Ornithopter.
Yeah, although you still have to discard a card, so it's not super good value. Right, let's see what we win.
Bolus.
3-2.
Make him discard.
Snap and Drake, 3-2 flyer. I'm not as greedy as George. Boom.
We get that thing again. Sure, why not? That was fine last time. Well, actually, we lost with that thing.
We lost because we. We lost because we listened to me and we skipped some activations, which means it's right to do it this time.
It's not, definitely not. We're in a much better position now, although Rogue Refiner is very good.
Well, it's basically this has paid him back for these 2. Yeah, pretty much. But that's still, I'd still look at that as that's basically a 2 for 1.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You just created that 5-3.
Well, I mean that's not awful on this board. If we keep going, then we will generate something that can trade with it. But against this specific pair of creatures, that's actually quite reasonable.
Our opponent doesn't realise that they can activate the abilities of that.
Oh, sure. Well, he had activate. Oh, yeah. No, he's doing it now. Yeah.
He's just spending all his energy so he can skip. Is he?
No, he's trying to give this haste. He's giving this haste.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
I mean, I think we take 5, right? I don't want to block this on here.
Yeah. That's fine. We take 5 here.
Because we should generate some irrelevant ground derp in a second.
5 mana. What do I want for 5 mana?
Actually, let's discard this because I can't think of any double white stuff that we want to do.
No.
Might have some fire breathing. That Thopter guy that generates some Thopters would be sweet.
Oh, yes. Maverick Thopterist.
Okay.
Oh, that's real bad. But actually, that's not horrific against that 5-3.
Yeah. So I like just getting in here. I think.
Yeah.
We're going to have to start racing at some point, and we can just push that in front of the 5-3 and absorb it entirely. This,
no combat.
No combat tricks when everything is creatures. This is where he goes activate, get a creature that pumps my creatures. Lol.
Yeah.
That's what he does. 0 chance of controlling a Teferi Planeswalker, however, which is a bit awkward.
Yeah. Still, though, 2/6 does block a 5/3.
And continues to store all the rest of his stuff.
And that's bad.
That is quite bad, yeah. I mean, it does necessitate a double block, but whatever we generate next will almost certainly be able to team with this to double block it. And okay, yeah, he's still got an energy left from his Rogue Refiner, so we can have a hasty man as well. But yeah, he's spent an extra energy. Where's that gone? Oh no, he's got one left now. Yeah.
I don't hate the idea of chucking both of them under the bus.
I think we have to, yeah.
Trade
I think taking 5 is too much here.
We trade with that. And the 2/6 can still block everything else.
Trade our 3 for their 6. We're fine with that.
Well, we trade our 3 and our 2 because we killed our 2.
Yeah, true.
With our 3.
Yeah, sure. Point.
But that's fine.
Man, I wish we had a 3/1 now. Still.
That's funny because we get a 6 drop and 6 is sweet. We'll get something good here.
No,
big ass dragon.
We won't, George. I'm
sorry.
Sorry to say this is going to be bad.
I gotta look. What do we get? What do we get? Come on, moment. Sweet. You may return. Okay.
May return target creature.
Take the 5/3 back. Boop. Or the
and
haste
it's a
thing.
token, so it goes away forever.
Yeah, take action. Oh, sweet. Oof. That was a good 6 drop.
That was one of the better 6s, actually, yeah, because it's a 6 that deletes one of your opponents.
It's a removal spell as well.
Yep.
Sweet.
That was the kind of tempo we need.
Okay, so our opponent can create 7s.
Yeah, maybe 6 is the answer.
There is some good stuff at 6.
Well, it's broader, but it's also it's broader, sort of higher average. Like there's a lot of good limited quality cards at 6.
Your limited bombs are about 6 mana. Ooh, hexproof. That is fine.
Hexproof 5/5 on the ground. That's fine.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe 6 is the answer. Because 7, there's a lot of like overcosted crap at 7.
Let's just create another 6 drop then. Let's see what happens. If we could just
that also lets you start earlier as well, doesn't it? If you start at 6.
Yeah, you can start right at the beginning if you just want to stop at 6. What do I want at 6? Combustible Gear Hulk.
It's always Noxious Gear Hulk or this, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, unless there's some big bomb I'm not thinking of.
So are we going for that, or are we going to try a 7?
Let's try 6. Let's see what happens. We can always go to 7 next turn if we want. We're in a strong position anyway.
Sweet.
I mean, the second ability is not relevant, but it's a 6/4
flyer. Yeah, that's given us some spare energy in case that's ever relevant.
And we just jam with.
Yeah, send in the skies, because we can block this and take not very lethal damage, and then attack our opponent for very lethal damage.
Yeah.
Let's just actually do the math. So 4 and then 10, 6. Yeah. So
no. So hold the 2/3 back. We can kill with flies next turn.
And then kill with flies next turn. Yeah, you're right. Just in case.
Yeah. Like I said,
I mean, we're still not going to die because we take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I guess yeah. If he killed this, then well, actually we get to eat one of these. So we're not automatically dead, even if he does get to kill this.
No.
But so we take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, he needs a reach creature or a flyer. So our opponent was right. You do want to start on 1 and stop at 6. We were just better random than he was.
You're right. Oh, he's gone 7. So what 7 drops?
He wants a Palaka Worm. Because we all want a Palaka Worm.
Oh, okay, that's real bad.
Yeah, you could spend 6 mana to make a 3/3, or you could spend 6 mana to make a random 6 drop, and probably have it be much better. So yeah, activated abilities on creatures that don't require mana, crucially, is what you want to look for in this format.
Look for? Yeah, yes, if you could choose.
Sure, point. So I must remember not to activate the ability on Aether Tide Whale.
Yeah, you do need to be careful about that. We'll just kill our own 6/4. We've got lethal anyway here.
Yes.
6, 10, 12, yeah.
So he's going to give this haste.
Swing all out, I guess.
Yeah, then we go block, take some damage, kill him.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, we take 12. Oh no, because we've got
we get to block and we block. Yeah, and we block the.
We just get to eat a 1/1.
Yeah.
And now it drops us to 1 life.
Is this our priority? Or?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, keep going.
Just want to make sure I don't skip past blocks.
Cool. So, move to blocks. No. Move to blocks. Cool. Right. 5, 5. Oh, our 2/6 isn't blocking, so careful.
Kill you.
Wait,
you've
2/6
been annoying.
isn't blocking.
Yeah, I know, I'm on it.
It's fine, just a second. There we go.
So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Because we get to put this under as well. So that's not going to kill that.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah. And there we go. We have lethal fires. I'm going to create an all fox it. Nailed it.
Skill game.
Look at this, doing real well. It's
1-on-1, real well.
If you want to improve your combat math, Momir is the place to do it.
That is true, because it presents all sorts of weird combinations of stats to lay out. Ooh.
Ah, it's gone now. You
Whatever.
never know what that is now.
Oh well.
It's gone forever.
No, you'll never know what that is. I'll probably go home and forget about what that may or may not have been.
I could go to my collection and find out what it is.
But it'll be mixed in with all the others.
Yeah, I have no
How
idea what
will
it
you
is. Because I know exactly what every single card in my collection... No.
Have you considered using that brain space for some useful information? So we started at 1? Are we on this plan?
Yeah, I like the 6 drops. Let's just stick with the 6 drops.
Because we're on the play as well, so it gets... I think this obviously gets better.
Yeah, let's just create some 1 drops. Maybe we get Llanowar Elves. Oh no! Oh, the worst possible one drop bounces itself.
That's amazing.
That was great. That was really good. I wonder if you could go up the curve and have all creatures that bounce themselves.
You know what I think you should do, actually? We should probably skip what... Oh, God. Oh, actually, that might be useful. We need a random ground orc flying.
We needed the 2 energy to keep our green belt rampager around.
What we want to do, actually, I think, is skip 1, just in case any of our opponent's random effects cause us to discard a card. So we start on 2 when we go 2 to 6, and then decide whether to stick on 6 or go to 7. Because there's various nickel boluses and whatnot. Oh, that's tedious. Yeah. We'll definitely get a haste creature or play a mountain. That's how this works.
Hey, that's sweet.
So
no, we're not attacking.
Well, we can block this with. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but we want to use
this to kill that, and then use the ability on this later. Yeah.
Give our Placa 1 flying.
Always with the Placa.
Or we can go up to 7 now if we wanted to. Thanks to the Siren Lookout. Cheers, mate. Thanks for drawing us a card.
Drib. It's bird spelled backwards.
What is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Don't recognise that one. What is that one?
That's why, because it's
it's a Planeswalker deck card.
It is. It's like our Teferi thing, but
Indeed.
It's a 2/6,
which is much better in this format than a random 2/3. Yeah.
Although ours was what, 5 mana 2/6.
Shh. Doesn't matter. We didn't have to pay real mana for it.
Come on, Bolus. One day we'll get a good card. Like a sweet mythic.
Hey!
Wow.
Perfect.
Hold on, we only drew 1 off that, didn't we?
No, we drew 3. We drew 3 and then discarded 2 at random, and then they share a type because they're all land. Boom, boom! Check, please. No, we'll not attack with that because we want this to hold this off. Pow, pow. So now we can go up to like a billion.
So how many did it draw you?
It draws you 3 and then discards you 2, so it puts you up another card. So now we can hit Zakama.
So we played a 4 mana 5/5 that draws us a card. That is sweet.
Swish.
This should see more play in Momir. The opponent gets.
Ooh. Oh, I thought that was Ferocodon. I was worried for a moment.
No, it's just a 4 mana 3/3.
Yeah, that's fine. Because Ferocodon would be quite the issue in this format. Every time you make a guy, it pings you for 1.
Yeah.
Could.
Yeah, but it pings your opponent when they create 1 as well.
True. Yeah. It's symmetrical effects. But yeah, now that we've drawn 2 extra cards, we're definitely doing Zakama, aren't we? 100%.
I think so.
It's got a lifelink, not the worst.
Sure, why not? No, we don't attack the 5/5. No, because he just eats the 2/1. I'd rather swing something like big, like Verdant Force in the air.
Sure, yeah, some random giant 7 or Zakama. Give Zakama flying.
Yeah, Zakama flying.
Because he's got like all the other abilities but not flying, so we should fix that. Errata that. Make that patch. So yeah, this is standing here if this comes in.
Well, it won't.
You might get another dinosaur.
In which case we will.
Ooh, 4 mana. Interesting.
He just reveals his entire library and puts it all on the bottom.
I think so, yeah. I believe that's how that works.
Yeah, he does.
That's pretty great.
I wonder if it'll actually happen. We'll see every card in his deck.
And how the interface will choose to represent that.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
That's quite entertaining. Oh, baby girl. Shame we haven't got anything to flash back with it.
Oh.
Do we want to send this, get some life? Nah.
Yeah, why not? It trades with something. Yeah, why not?
No,
everything else is holding back.
No, it trades with one thing.
Yeah, but we're still holding... No, I guess, fine. I don't think it matters.
Magic favours the defender, so we'll refrain from attacking for as long as possible. Because actually, yeah, if we don't attack forever, then eventually we get to start activating our Zakama and blowing up all of his stuff. He didn't do any... What?
He's skipping because he wants to go up to...
Oh, he wants to go up to a higher converting mana cost. Okay, that makes sense.
We might as well keep going, so...
Yeah.
What are we at now? 7? Yeah.
Yeah, because we want a big boomer to throw up in the air, don't we? So.
Oh, we're not going to get to Zakama. Zakama's 9. We're only going to get to 8. You have to choose land discard.
Oh, yeah, right. This
one. Okay, Chromium is sweet.
That's pretty excellent, yeah. Okay, now I kind of want to get a 5/5 in with the flyer.
Why don't I give the lifelink thing flying?
Because it does less damage and we're not under pressure.
Yeah,
I like this is a better blocker, I think.
Yeah, why not then?
Because now that we've got this, getting 5 in suddenly gains a lot of value.
Just gotta eat the 2/1 here.
And then this also clears the way for our Chromium to hit him for 7. Crash.
What's he gonna do here? He's got to create a 7.
Palaka Worm.
His own Chromium.
Yeah, I think our opponent has reached the same Zakama calculation that we haven't gone. We need to push it up to Zakama here. Oh, that's pretty strong.
Draw a card for each
creature he controls.
That doesn't matter. He's at such a high
mana total anyway. Yeah.
It
doesn't interact with this, which is all we really care about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good.
Super Dragon. Super Dragon.
He's dead in 2 turns to flyers.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, let's create an 8-drop. We might get Zakama.
No, Zakama's a 9.
Zatalpa. That's the one I meant. The other, like, big...
The other, all the keywords. Big dinosaur dragon thing.
Yeah, it's an 8/8. Attack with 2 flyers. That gives a 2-turn clock. And you need a flyer here, my friend, or a bounce kraken.
Yeah, or some sort of 6 mana bounce effect to, or 6 mana destroy effect for this man, which could be a destroy effect or a bounce effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if he's got enough cards and he's been building up mana wise that he's probably not going to go for a 6.
Oh, we don't have a card to discard.
No. But I still think this is right.
What does he get? What is it? It's big.
Geshath. Alright. That's not enough to kill us though, we're still on 20, so...
Yeah.
Just we can chump enough of the rest. Actually, yeah, we block.
We've got an 18.
Block.
Lifelink, dude.
Block. So we actually take 2 damage and gain 3 life if he attacks me.
There we go.
So...
Eat the 7/6.
Line this up, yeah.
Eat the 5.
Eat the 5/3, eat the 3/3, eat the 2/3.
Yeah. Sure. And we take 5, gain 3.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
and then we get to see his library. Excellent. So there's a basic swamp there, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Basic mountain, yeah.
I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
Oh, he should build this deck better. It's all lands.
Yeah. Where was his Chromium? Should have had
I'm glad we got to see the entire library.
That was entertaining, yeah. Should have had a Chromium. Well, that was foolish. So yeah, skill testing format.
Oh, it is. Just lets you decide who's the best at locking into giant flyers.
Who's the best at being a giant lug sack?
Right. Come on then. Yeah, I'll keep this. You don't even get
you
a
don't
choice
get
to
a choice to mulligan because they know that idiots would do it. No, we're skipping one.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we are skipping one. Yeah.
In case we get discarded.
Yes, true. But we're on the draw. We could have created one.
A mythic card from the new set, George, just spoiled.
What is it?
Divine Visitation. 3 white for an enchantment. If one or more creature tokens would be created under your control, of the first
Create
lines
4,
on it.
4 angels.
It's a mythic, yeah. Create that many 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance are created instead.
I had already seen that.
Seems rather powerful.
Let's create a 2-drop here. That's not great. Suppose you can chuck your bad cards in for a ramp. Well,
no, you don't. It doesn't go into your hand.
Yeah.
It's just play this turn. Oh god, that's a 2/4 flyer.
It's going to be every time because he discards.
He's always going to discard a card. That's so bad for us. Oh dear.
It could be worse.
That's about the best 2-drop, I think.
No, Mana Dork.
Well, sure.
Slippery Boggle.
Okay, yeah. We're not attacking because we've got 2/3.
We got a Slippery Boggle.
Well, it doesn't matter because we're going to have to double block our opponent's 2/3 with it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise that damage is just going to start adding up way too high. No, that might be a better 2-drop than even a Mana Dork because it just puts your
no!
God in heaven!
Oh.
It puts you on a 10-turn clock.
This is so bad for us.
Yep. To quote the band on the Titanic, gentlemen, it's been an honour playing with you.
Oh, already? We're already out of 4 drops. We're already at 4 drops, Sam. How's this happened?
Our opponent had the nut.
Right,
He
Bolus.
skillfully drew the nut. Yeah, Bolus would put the sign up. Oh god.
Wow. What are we getting chip in?
What are you doing? He's got a 4/4.
Oh. I thought that
Come
was
on,
tapped.
George.
We're dead anyway.
Come on, George.
It doesn't matter, we're dead.
You can't throw it away this hard. Remind me what the other text on that thing is? He gets to scry one whenever he cycles.
It's all discards. He gets to scry, chooses the land he wants on top.
Yeah, sure.
But now he has to.
It forces him to do it.
Forces him to scry.
One on the bottom.
He's put it on the bottom.
Oh my god.
Oh, what? And he's discarded 2 this turn.
Wow, some people are really good at random effects.
Oh.
We need Cataclysmic Gearhulk.
That is a 5.
Yeah, that's why I said it. That's
but
what
then
we
he
need.
still gets to keep a 5.
He gets to keep one
flyer.
guy, and then we get to block it with the Cataclysmic Gearhulk.
No, it's a flyer.
Oh, it's a flyer. Oh god.
We gained 3
Well,
lives.
we got a Sea Rhino. That's not
doesn't
bad.
block.
It doesn't trade with any of its men, but
It's
sure.
not a Sea Drone, it
Pass the
doesn't
turn.
drain either.
Pass the turn.
It doesn't drain.
Oh, it's not the. Oh, I was thinking of the 3/4 for 5 mana from the core set.
That would be
Well,
better.
that's
That could block
phenomenal.
this.
Yeah, it could. So we're gonna have to double block the 5/5 and hope to get hilariously lucky, but we need Noxious Gale again. Keeps coming back to Noxious Gale.
That was...
But it's fine because our opponent's gonna get the 6-drop that bounces our guy anyway.
No, they're getting all the scry value.
Fine.
Okay, it's just a 6 mana 4/4.
Could have gone a lot worse.
This is so bad. We needed the flyer. We're at 3... What? I guess Noxious Gearhulk does somewhat stabilise.
Yeah, we kill a 5/5 and then we're only taking 3 a turn. One-time dealer.
Muldrauth. We get to play lands from our graveyard.
No, we don't, George. We're dead. Super dead.
Oh, Muldrauth, right. Goodbye,
Oh my
life.
good lord. Well, that was brisk.
That was terrible. Our opponent just went that into that and we died.
And we died horribly. Yep. Died in a fire.
Oh, that was real sad. Well, that's the end of our Momia adventures, I think.
That was our demolition
Tempest
derby.
Caller, Fraying Sanity.
I believe that describes us right now.
That is an appropriate card.
Those wound tight are the first to unravel, George.
Appropriate
flavour
flavour
text on that
text. Well, I think we're going to call our stream to an end there.
Indeed.
It's now currently 10 o'clock. Perfect timing just to call it. Thanks very much, everyone, for joining Sam and I
It was
for
fun, yeah.
our draft, which we did very well at. 7-0'd.
And then our Momir, which we did less well at.
But Momir's
the random of all randoms.
So we can't expect to do well every single time in Momir. But thanks again, everyone, for joining us.
We should, but we don't.
And Sam and I will be back I will definitely be back next Monday if Sam wishes to join me.
Yeah, I'll come back, or somebody else might come in. Who knows? It's all a bit of a mystery.
But either way, join us next week, same time next Monday.
Same time, same channel.
Thanks very much, everyone. See you later. Bye-bye.
Peace.